Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I had my chat bot up. So there we go. Now I can see chat, and I can see other things that pop up. All the fun little stuff. Hello, 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 hello. If you hear the sirens calling, the sirens wailing, everything in chaos incarnate in the background, that's because we're back with the Arcadia stream. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming up, showing up. And we hope you have a fun time tonight. It has been a little while. We took a bit of a break, a little hiatus for COVID, other such shenanigans, as well as some riots and movements, and keep up with stuff like that. So, all that aside, welcome back to Arcadia. Tonight's session resumes with our beloved companions, our faithful group of the Paolong, who have infiltrated a Valuan mining base to perhaps not only take care of some Valuans, but also look for the whereabouts of a man named Ilkamis, who a prior contact of theirs, Lady Iris, asked them to find. I'm sorry if I seem a little frazzle-dazzled right now. I am making sure I get everything in track. Running a little behind. Mixing with the razzle-dazzle. My brain is having the biggest fart right now. I apologize, folks. Professionalism out the window right here. Thank you, young Lionheart. But yes, so welcome back with our crew for Arcadia. They last ventured into the mines where they snuck in with disguises, with thanks to the help of Delashi and Vrost, were able to acquire one of the military guard outfits. And Delashi scouted on ahead, got a bit lost, was able to help the group, and was also carted away to do some paperwork on the missing machinations that her group, cough cough, disrupted and destroyed. In order to keep their cover from being blown and to not alert everyone. And in turn, the rest of the group got worried and was like, oh no, our group is splitting up. We need to follow. We need to get to where Delashi is. To which they wonderfully and stupidly used the barrel box trick, and not only found themselves an extra guard uniform, but also were able to go deeper into the mines and into the base, acquiring some items, taking out some guards, and in Han Solo-like fashion, somewhat get revealed, somewhat stay undercover. Sorry, taking a quick sip and swig there. So, with that left off, our group finished off fighting our group finally got revealed, had to fight a shadow, and a whole horde of guards. Thankfully, they made it out on top, and as you can see right here, have able to construct an ice wall barricade between them and the other guards that were all hoarded into one corner. So now, our group is revealed. Our group, here's Sirens, and our group is ready for you guys. Hey group, please introduce yourself and your character. Going from Mordecai, Delashi, Gareth, and Vrost.
Hello, I'm Mordecai, or Mordecai Tadak. Originally a hunter from the Seer, Mordecai now puts his skills to use hunting for ancient technology. Curiosity often gets the better of him, but he tries his best to be a benevolent engineer despite the wounds that took his legs and his eye. Pass.
I play Delashi, who is a wanderer looking for his father and trying to find his way. Sometimes he's impulsive, and sometimes, he thinks more about it, but either way, he finds his way with his magic and the whip that was passed down to him.
Hi, I'm playing Gareth, who is our quiet, stoic type character. Think basically Auron from Final Fantasy X. Smart, sassy, witty, out the butt. Yeah, pass.
Hello, I play Baron Ross. I'm pretty sure I have several warrants for my arrest on his gorilla, mainly just for murder and destruction of government property, but, you know, they're Valuans. What are they gonna do about it?
Put a bounty on your head, apparently.
I mean, let him put a bounty. I'm gonna go and murder more of them. I mean,
oh, man. Well, and that is our crew for the night. And let us begin. So, crew, you hear the sirens wail. You hear the whole base is now on alert, especially after your scuffle with the Valuan Shadow. You were able to take out a very large assortment of guards. I would say, actually, total around 15 or so guards. A very nice job, not only cornering them off, but also working in tandem between those who were revealed and those who were still kept secret to use that to your aid. But now you have the whole base is on alerts. Where is your group going to go? What is your group going to do now? You were a bit roughed up and scuffed up, but thanks to Gareth healing up the rest of the party, you now seem physically fit and ready and capable to tackle what's on ahead. The ice wall that Dalashi has made to corner off the other half of the army that was kind of barring down on you is still held off for now, but it looks like they're trying to get through that wall now.
And then we were primarily here to free any prisoners and also check in on Iris's friend Ilchemist.
Correct,
See if he was
correct.
among them.
Yep. To see if Ilchemist was among those who might have been captured by the Valuans, as well as free any prisoners if potentially.
Alright. So if we're all healed up, I'll turn to Dalashi quickly and say, hey, you seem like you had a wild adventure. Do you have any idea where the prisoners are being kept?
Well, I think I remember hearing something about it, but I don't remember from the last sentence.
Unfortunately, from Dalashi tries to recall, and Dalashi had a fun little adventure with a now nameless NPC because we didn't get around to it.
I never asked him his name.
You never asked him his name. Just going through the entire floor that you guys are on, going through the office to where some of the military resources and paperwork was, to lockpicking their way into the guard that they were impersonating, lockpicking into their locker and stealing their things, to finding the assortment of bathrooms, as well as a cafeteria where they were surrounded by a whole lot of other guards. But no mention of the prisons! Just that they were on a different floor.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that by itself is valuable.
There you go.
It's definitely abandoned down that way.
It is somewhere not here, is what Dalashi can tell you.
Yeah.
Now, rejogging my memory, did it look like the elevator shaft would have continued down?
Yes.
Past this floor?
Yes.
Excellent.
So
Alright.
we going down then?
We made it this far.
I think we all might need outfits before we do that.
I kind of like gingerly point to the ice wall that's being chipped. I don't know if we have time to change.
I mean, how easily are they breaking through this wall?
Easily enough that they probably would not give you enough time to change.
Okay.
Or at least
well,
to search for guard outfits, to search for ones that aren't littered in blood from the ones that you massacred over on this floor.
Or burnt to a crisp.
Or burnt to a crisp. Or they got impaled. At least in the area that you're at, you probably won't find any guard uniforms. So I'm probably feasibly saying you might need to look elsewhere if you're going to do that. But also noting the base is on high alert now.
Yeah.
Okay, grab the patches that we need, and then let's get going.
There we go.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. Yeah. So, can we just assume we completed that subquest?
Yeah, you killed a lot. You killed a lot. Subquest completed. You got like you Indian skin like whatever you needed. You like look you took off whatever patches you needed. You were like, all right,
My scalps.
Oh man, Mordecai, you're
I
gonna
want
get a
my
lot of
scalps.
snooze as a reward.
oh
Is
jeez.
that? Pardon?
He really wants a snoo for that reward.
I said you're gonna get a snoo for all the.
Well, I have a story to tell, and now is not the time.
Alright.
Do I have to get the spray bottle again? Huh? Mordecai, do I have to get the spray bottle?
Now is not the time, Ross.
Yeah, the sirens are kind of going off. We need to go.
Alright, everyone roll
Can we
notice.
just go? Can we just go? Can we just leave? Can we just say bye later, fuckers? We're gonna walk up these stairs and just leave now? Like, come on, children, let's fucking go.
Your wonderful, dutiful captain says, alright children, vamonos, let's go, and shoos you over towards this direction.
When Mordecai suggests haste, it's like,
Baron, you're
okay,
double
but what
sold.
about
My
Snoosu? When Gareth says it, it's like, yes, sir.
Get your
I am
happy,
Captain.
Captain's orders, get your happy asses over to the hallway. Oh my god.
Now, I noticed this is the opposite corner as the original elevator. Is this also an elevator?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, it is not.
Okay, then I guess we're going back up top.
Alright, everyone roll me notice checks. I already saw the one from Mordecai.
Yeah. Snoosu comment threw me off.
Yep, yes it did. 1, 2, 1, 4. Hey, Gareth coming in clutch. All right, Gareth. You
That's my notice, bud.
Wait,
Oh wait. Frost coming in clutch. That's going to get fun and confusing. All right,
Okay, if it helps, I will roll first and then I'll roll for him.
done. I will always keep that in mind. You roll first, then Frost. So, Frost. Thankfully you noticed this. But over in the oh, hey, music stopped. Oh, you noticed that there was an alarm switch. That okay, never mind. You notice that there does seem to be a sanctioned map over towards like the side area that Mordecai mistook for another area for the. It's right over here. Right over here, there's like a little bit of a supply area, but it's not like the ones that you were carting barrels off to. This one seems to be just a general upkeep and layout of the mines themselves. There seems to be a map as well as a computer terminal too that has a location of various things. Your group now has a quick choice. You have 2 minutes to decide whether you would like to use this room and utilize it, or just go on about.
Is the map removable from the wall?
It is not removable from the wall. It is like an LCD screen. It is like a terminal.
I'm so sorry. What does the room do that we're trying to utilize?
All right, so this room down here that Vross notices as you all are leaving. Oh, I'm going to have to move Vross. I realize this. 1 second. Frost, here you go. Loose could do, we can do. Alright, so Vross notices that there's a side room opposite of the elevator room that you guys had beforehand. This side room is like a tech communications room. There is a full screen that showcases the profile of the mines themselves, the different floors, as well as some kind of the layout of the base itself. There are some various other things in the room, but you have to make a choice. Do you go into this room and kind of hold up in it, knowing that there might be more guards coming after you, or do you just gun for the next elevator?
If you give me 60 seconds in this room, I might be able to find, to narrow our search.
If you can print the map, just print the map.
I don't know if printing exists in this setting, but yes! Alright, so I'll go check out in there, and I'm just, as Mordecai, I'm running in and just doing it. Yeah, I see you thinking of that.
I'm like, does it?
I'm just running in, seeing if any of the equipment looks familiar enough for me to fuck with, to try to figure out if I can narrow down our search.
Okay.
If it looks like it's going to take me more than 60 seconds, I'm bailing.
Oh, if it's going to take you more than 60 seconds, it's going to take you more than 60 seconds. This is a choice room. You are going to have to at least spend 10 minutes in this room. 10 minutes in the box. One night only. Here we go.
You know what? 60 seconds? That was a lie. I'm going to need to spend about 10 minutes if I'm going to use this room. Group choice, right now.
Well, come on, they can't see us, dip in this room, so maybe we can just go in and, be quiet. The guards that are behind that wall will run past us, and hopefully they'll be like, where did they go?
You really don't think they're going to check this room?
It's why we have guns.
You have guns.
Rootin' tootin',
Captain?
ready for lootin'.
If you think it's wise to try, we can try.
I actually have an idea, but you guys would have to work with me on this. So, I'm already a wanted man in Valua. I have plenty of guns and weaponry. Y'all can go in there, and I could be a distraction down in the other hallway.
Split the party again.
We're gonna get separated.
Ooh.
That's what you're gonna die laughing.
Bandit disagrees in the other room.
You have 1 more minute to decide. I wish I could just put 60 seconds on the clock.
Captain Talashi.
Hey, Chris.
I don't think it's wise to split up again. Just saying. After I spent my time alone, I don't think it's wise.
Gareth, what are your 2 cents on this?
I mean, I personally don't think it's wise to split the party again, seeing as how...
So no splitting up. Are you using the room? Type in 1 for the chat, yes, 2 for the chat, no. Just do it that way. Go. I'm gonna take a community vote here.
Wait, 1 for yes?
1 for yes, 2 for no.
To go into the room.
1 to go into the room, 2 for no.
For me to spend 10 minutes in the room attempting to narrow it down. Or search.
Democracy time. 2 yeses. Do we have 2 no's? Or do we have an additional yes?
Mine's a yes.
Alright, we have 3 yeses. We're going in the box, folks!
Knuckles cracked, I'm getting to work.
Alright, so the group, after Voss's quick look and decision into using this communications room, decides to just all in, bar to the door, barricade it, do what you will. You have a bit of prep. Mordecai, I'm going to need... I'm going to need a crafts roll from you, friend.
Okay, now before I roll, we talked about this in the tutorial sessions. I haven't done it since. Can I impart a scene?
Yes.
Familiar infrastructure, just aid me in this. Does that cost me a fate point?
It does not cost you a fate point, friend.
Excellent. I'm going to do that.
Because that is a wonderful use of the scene. Of imparting a scene. You are using an aspect that you have touched on prior, as well as that knowledge that is in that core.
Fuck.
And you fumbled expertly. Wonderful.
So what does the scene give me?
So the scene will give you. It's basically your advantage. So you have 3 ticks of it. is what you get. So you're going to be making a series of rolls for your crafts.
Okay.
The series of rolls are going to be for 3 things. You either need to tell me what these 3 things are, or I can give it to you. So what 3 pieces of information are you looking for?
It's a room full of computers, right?
Yep.
Okay, so bottom line is, where's the prison area? Is Ilkamus here? And is there another way out?
3. Those are the 3 things that you'll be rolling for. With your first roll, you can choose. Would you like to re-roll that, or would you like to add a +2? Because that is a 1, my friend.
Yeah, that's a reroll.
Two.
I'm gonna. Can I burn machine over man just to fucking pump that for 2 and burn a fate point?
You can burn a fate point.
All right, because
If you want to add a +2 to that roll, friend.
I will. So invested resources here to help us later. So all right, so 4.
So mark it down that you have that many
did.
fate points now.
I'm down to 3.
Alright, done. Your first mission is successful. For Gareth, Delashi, and Vrost, I need... Explain to me what each of you are doing for this room. I will go with Gareth first, then Vrost, then Delashi. So what are you doing? Mordecai is working on the technical aspects. He's working at his computer. He's hacking into the mainframe. What are the rest of you doing? Tippity tap it away. Dun dun dun.
I see the people moving. Oh no.
Yep.
I can tell you now, Frost is like getting some fortifications against the door, rifle at the ready. Rifle's getting cranked up to 100% power, so if there is the slightest peek open in this door, he is just gonna blast a poor son of a bitch on the other side of it.
Who is near the door?
Me.
Okay, you're near the door.
Let's say this is a chair.
For safety's sake, yes, there. Done. Gareth, what about you? What about you, friend? What are you doing? Are you investigating the room? Are you just helping Vrost prepare for an incursion or anything? Or maybe are you helping Mordecai?
I guess I could like give Mordecai a bit of a hand, maybe like because he's got like he's a scholar, so he can like kind of read fast, go through things. Maybe
You were double checking.
or like yeah, or like looking at the map and trying to memorize it or something.
Done.
That's a good idea.
Mordecai, for your rolls, you will get a +1.
Excellent.
Delashi, what are you doing?
I'm gonna help Ross. I guess prepare if we have anybody coming after us.
All right. Yoshinashing. All right, so I want to say 2 minutes goes by. 2 minutes go by, and you just hear the crash of machines as well as a bit of ice. Nothing happens yet, but you hear some rumblings coming from outside. I'm gonna do this for you guys. You know what? Yeah.
Oh, I actually have an idea for something I want to do.
Alright, what is it that you would like to do, friend?
I want to, like, step out here.
Okay, you're going to step outside the door?
Just, like slightly out of it. Okay.
Okay.
And then aim down the hallway where they were before. Can I see what's going
Well,
on?
now you can see. Now that you're outside, now I'm like, alright, well, I guess I can't hide it from you now.
Is the ice completely gone?
The ice is not completely gone. You see a hole in, like, one part of it, though. And people are starting to look through or trying to, like, somewhat crawl through. They think they might just start breaking more of the ice instead of trying to even get through the hole.
Okay, I'm gonna hold off on what I was gonna do then.
Alright.
I don't want to make it easier for them. I don't even know
Alright.
if this is gonna go anyway.
You're probably walking yourself out of the barricaded room at this point. if stay
You
out there.
do see one guard, and it was the
Were we
guard.
barricading?
Yeah, that's what Ross was doing.
Ross was trying to barricade it, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was just, like, loading up his guns and getting ready.
Rootin' shootin' magootin'.
I can go back into the room.
It is up to you, friend. It is your choice.
Well, is it
McMillan is
barricaded?
always ready to shoot his guns, alright? They're always cocked and loaded.
There were like, you could squeeze on through, and there were like some crates that you pushed up against it. So it's up to you. You can be out or you can be in. It is your choice.
Alright, I'll just go back in.
Alright, you'll go back in, then you no longer see
I'll
the guard
save
that
this.
was coming around the corner here.
Okay.
And now you will be hidden. Now we'll be hidden.
Now you can have
Yeah. Now I can have secrets again. Alright, so, another crafts roll from you, Mordecai, please.
Hey, so
Some
that's
more hacking
a
into the mainframe. That's another 4.
and the team will add another 2 to that, right?
Yep. So, with that, you've gained 2 of the 3 pieces of information that you were looking for. You have an idea of the layout of the floors. It seems like there are 5 different floors of the mine shafts. The floors that you want to be on, you're currently on floor number 3. The upper floor, which was floor number 1 that you guys were on, which was the entrance and everything else. And then floor 5 seems to be the prison. Floor 4 seems to be a privatized section, but floor 5, it is the prison that you were looking for. You try to go in and search for another way out. It seems that there are only 3 ways out. The main entrance up at the top first floor. There is a garbage chute that's on the 4th floor.
I've seen this movie. Go on.
And then also
You said on the 4th floor?
yes, on the 4th floor. And then on the current floor that you're at, there is a maintenance shaft, but it is on the other side of the guards.
We're on the 3rd floor.
Yes, you are on the 3rd floor. So either the 1st, the 3rd, or the 4th floor. So one of those are what you're going to be using for your escape.
If I were to hazard a guess, I'd imagine that privatized sector on the 4th floor is probably where DeLoco is, if he is present at the space. But, that's not why we're here. I guess the last piece of info is... fucking face thing. Then is Ilkemes here? Was
All
the
right.
last one.
So before we get to that roll, give me 1 second. Boom. A large crash can be heard of ice, and the sound of footsteps marching down.
That's
Baron
not good.
kind of gives the shush motion to everybody, try to keep as quiet as you can.
The new ones only use mechanical keyboards, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Mordecai.
The silent mechanic.
That'd be a cool aspect down the road. I saw that.
Oop.
You pay no attention to the man behind the curtain? Yes. That seems about right. And you were there too. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Alright. I need everybody, Frost importantly, roll me a notice check. Alright. You first hear the battering of the door, a 1, a 2, a 3, and then nothing.
Rifle is currently aimed at the door, like against the wall where the door would open. So once it does open up, I have that clear shot to whoever's on pit. some poor person on the other side of the barrel for a nice shot. But we're just gonna hold him for the moment. We're gonna see what happens.
All right. Delashi,
Yes.
I need you to roll me 1 second. Let me take a quick look at your character sheet because I think you might have had a special thing for this.
Hey.
Self-satisfied.
Hey. Alright, done. Also, Mordecai, give me another crafts roll. And Gareth, are you doing anything else besides helping out Mordecai? I just need to know this.
No.
No, you're just helping out Mordecai? Alright, done.
It's a solid 6 total.
Oh, jeez. Alright, done.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, that was some nice help out. Delashi, roll me empathy.
Oh, it's the dude, isn't it?
My. Oh.
Oh, what'd you get? Alright. You hear a familiar voice from the other side. It's like, what are we going to do with them? And that's the only thing that you hear. I need everyone to roll me will.
Will?
Yes, everyone roll me will.
Oh, shit, that's a 0 for me. Standard.
Okay. So the first one, done. Oof. Alright. Everyone except Delashi starts to feel very, very tired and literally on the verge of passing out.
Oh no.
As Delashi, you actually you kind of perk up and you actually see the top of the whole room. You didn't notice it before, but it was seeping with gas.
Okay, but I rolled a 1 as well. I'm just double checking.
Mm-hmm. Everyone but Delashi. Because Delashi's
It might
the
be because of the location of the room too, right?
Mm-hmm. Because you rolled 1, 0. Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought I was looking at the 3. Never mind. Everybody starts just feeling really tired. You have one thing to do before. Sorry, I thought I saw 3 instead of a 1. That was my bad. I saw Mordecai's roll, and then I'm like, okay, Mordecai, and then Delashi. My bad. So, yeah, you all rolled low. Correction on that one. Everybody feels tired. No one is safe. You all have one thing to do before you pass out. What would you like to do?
I would like to quickly, 180 blue magic shot into the vent to push the thing back. I don't remember what the fucking spell is I have for it, but I know it's the one that is the wind thing. One second I'll be able to say the exact thing.
You have yellow and red, my friend.
In the rifle, we agreed was red and blue, sir. It's why
In the
it's a long-range
rifle, yes, but it is the machinations inside the rifle allow for the range and a spell of blue to enhance the distance and range of your shots. It is not that you have access to blue magic, it is that you have access to an enhancement on your rifle. Your magic
Well, fuck it. I'll see
is
if
the
I can blow up the
red.
vent then, just trying to block it.
That is something you can try. Roll me magic, friend. Wait. I will say right over here. A vent is blasted. Oh, you were lucky. There's 4 corners of the room. I'm just going to assume that you're going to hit the far end corner.
Yeah, because it's just a quick spin, see a vent, make the shot.
So a vent in this corner was blasted clear. Still gas seeping in from there's 3 other corners. Gas is still seeping in through. Dalashi, you kind of almost try to go back through the door, just for flavoring's sake, and you find that it is actually being held and bolted from the other end.
Okay, I'm going.
What are you doing, Dalashi?
I want to like yell through the door and be like, "It's me! It's what was his name again? Johnson."
You don't know his name. Oh, Johnny. Yeah,
No,
Johnny. Johnny.
It's me.
Your
It's
name
that
is
guy.
Johnny.
Yeah, I want to say that.
It's your boy.
It's your boy, Johnny.
Yep.
Roll me deceive.
Deceive.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm here.
Unless Johnny's your
Okay,
real
well,
name. Oh, God.
You hear from the other end. Oh, Johnny, don't worry. Once everybody's passed out, we'll rescue you, bro.
No.
Mordecai, what are you doing? You have one action. What are you doing?
Okay, before I commit to that, I already got my roll
Yes.
for the Ilchemist info. Do I have that info?
You have that info. He is in the prisons.
Okay. Well, then that frees me up to try to blast another vent.
Alright.
I gotta... this might bite me in the ass. So, full disclosure, last magic I used was fire. I wouldn't have thought to switch it to lightning, so... which corner's getting hot? Which ones do I see?
The hot corner is the bottom left corner. There's the bottom right corner, the upper right corner, and the upper left corner of the
Okay,
room.
so each corner has a vent.
Each corner has a vent, and it's just seeping gas into the room. At first it stays at the top, and then it slowly sifts down and lowers on all of you.
Okay. I'm gonna try to science the shit out of this. I'm gonna try to hit the vent, and put the whatever fireball ends up coming out at a point where it'll try to push some of the gas away from the corner, and if the plan works, I'll tell everybody to run over there. But let me roll magic.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because
I know what you're trying to get at.
yeah, words are hard today.
You're able to blast it. Not able to do the fancy sciencey stuff though.
Okay, but is the vent dealt with?
The vent is dealt with, so there's one more vent that is dealt with. Which one did you aim at?
Probably that one.
That one, other corner? Done.
Yeah. And if I have any movement, since those vents are dealt with, I'm gonna start going down here. And I will relate to the party that I have the info that we need.
Alright, alright. Gareth, it is you have the last one to go. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna try to use a bit of weblaze at a vent and just try to keep it as like a tornado of this gas for as long as I can and try to take it out.
Alright, roll me magic.
Boom.
Woo! Woo! Alright. Everyone get to the bottom corner. Alright. So, you cast Oh yeah, I gotta move Frost.
I'm trying to move, my legs ain't working. I can't do my legs.
Bro, I know that feel.
Ross just get pelted with some smoke. Alright, done. I'm gonna set it so this way also you can move it too, Gareth.
Just imagine, like, in this more social setting, like, Ross could be like, oh man, I like fell asleep, but if we did him looking at him, same.
Same. Deadpan look. My robotic leg, it's out.
Yep. For those viewing, I ain't got no legs.
He's got some prosthetics, some Full Metal Alchemist prosthetics.
Yeah.
Alright,
There's a
so
whole new meaning, the 2 left feet.
you're able, with Garrett's help, the whole section is blasted with wind. It is not going out. It is still staying in the room, but it is now confined to one half of the room. So one half of the room is still filled up with smog, and it's coming at you guys, but you have another round of actions.
I'm gonna look at Delashi. Hey, you remember that first mission after we met? How you kind of blew that hole in the mountain?
Yes.
You think you could do it again, but aiming down?
I mean, I could try. Not sure how well that'll go, but I could try.
Unless anyone else has any better ideas.
I can do it if you guys don't. If you guys don't have any other plan, I could try.
Well,
Get
you
it
all
from the
have an
next board.
action,
Do it.
so you can try that first if you would like. And if it doesn't work, then you figure out something else.
Someone do something. I can't hold this forever.
You just see Asian Lord right over here being like, all right, wind, hold the back, hold the line, hold the wind line.
The last airbender.
Yeah, the last airbender. As you just see like this cloud of purple and green smoke like waft and wave, and it looks like a sheet. It looks like a fog sheet in front of you that Gareth is barely pressing back.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay, so remind me, if I need something in a situation, crafts could potentially, or resources could potentially.
Yes. Could potentially give what you need. If you provide me with how it is you might have gotten that resource.
Okay.
Because last time we were trying to have Ross cure himself of the silence because he was a member of the Bane lineage, or not Bane lineage, but a member of the Bane crew.
Long fucking shot is. I'm gonna ask before I pause it.
A long shot for Mordecai. Well, all right, friend. What are we going with today?
Is there any way in fucking hell that between the resources we brought with us and shit I can yank out of the computers, I can try to make some kind of shape cone charge just powerful enough to punch through to one floor below?
No.
Okay. I don't know how powerful resources is as a stat, so I thought I'd ask.
If you had to punch through, no. To maybe make a drill from some of the resources that you guys got earlier from some of the machines, maybe.
I will gird Wagon the shit out of this. Let me at it. I like that better.
I don't know how quickly you can get through the. All right. That would be what Mordecai attempts to do. We will see what goes from here. Delashi, are you going to try your wild magic?
I mean, does Ross want to do anything before I try to do that?
I'm shooting another vent, so...
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna attempt to use my wild magic on the floor.
Alright. So, spend that fate point, and here we go. Let's roll to see what the wheel turn. Alright. I need to have, just a wild magic macro here.
So for those viewing, in our first actual mission, holy shit. Oh wait, it's a 1d42, that makes sense. In our first actual mission, we entirely bypassed a huge chunk of a dungeon because there's it's a door blocked of rocks, and Delashi's like, knuckles crack, I got this. Wild magic blows a hole through the fucking mountain.
Oh shit. Fuck.
Oh, did it work?
Hold up.
That or we all just got incinerated.
No, I find it funny because I think it's almost the exact same spell.
Bro,
Hold up. So 6, 12.
I think the spell was
18. Yeah, 19. Yep, it's in the yellow chain. Okay. Roll me magic.
okay.
So roll me magic, Delashi.
Big wizard energy. Go.
Fuck.
Oh!
Bitch. Congratulations, Delashi. Son of a bitch. So I shit you
That's
not.
my son.
I shit you not. It is the same type. So it would have been the spell below, but because you got a freaking 6, it bumped it back up to the normal electrum.
So you were able to manipulate it a little bit.
A little bit, yes. So I will peel the curtain slightly with how magic works right here too. With some of your base spells, if you roll high enough, it turns it into the next advanced spell over. Same goes for reverse. If you roll too low, you either are ineffective or only get the minor version of the spell, or not effective at all. That's how I tweaked and ruled magic to work. With Delashi's magic, as well as Vrost's multi-shot, it mitigates a little bit of the penalty modifier that I have in place for some of these things, like for multi-attack as well as for magic attack, and allows you to do those little sort of changes. So there we go. Curtain pushed back over, back into the main game. Let's go. Delashi, again, a very familiar feeling waves over the palms of your hands as your crystals have a glint of yellow about them now. As you are like, oh, it's happening again. It's happening. And then lightning burst and barrel through just enough. It's not as big as it was last time, but it is big enough to get you one more floor down. Of like a hole, I would say about 5 feet, 5 feet wide, 5 feet tall, and then burrowed into the mountain or into the mine side, right over here. I'll just put it, because fuck it, yellow beam of energy.
How was that, Mordecai?
I could kiss you right now. Like, Mordecai has like small little bits and pieces of like some like shitty little jewelry he's gonna put together. He just kind of just throws it over his shoulder.
Easy fix.
Like clasps your face in 2 hands. It's like, I almost did, and jumps down the hole.
There is a hole for you all now to go through into the next section.
Alright, let's go.
I dive in.
You all dive in?
Roar! It's better than
I'm
here.
gonna walk over and just lower myself down like a normal person.
So it's like, Delashi's like, Geronimo! And then Mordecai's like, let's go! Cannonball! And then Vross is like, Paradise!
Give me a 10!
And then
I just
Garrus is
roll
like,
into it.
jump in. So you all have your own little subtle flares for jumping into this hole that now slides down further into the mine shaft, into the mines themselves, into the now 4th floor.
Another word of caution, my friends. If the loco is present at this location, it is likely on this floor.
Oh, Mordecai, he is present at this location.
Yeah.
The whole reason I went on my adventure was because they were going to fetch him and bring him to me.
To you.
Yes. I also
why?
spoke to some guards, and they made it very clear that a lot of what is going on here is because of the loco.
It's troubling. In
They
my
also
time of-
mentioned experiments.
Yeah, feel free to chat amongst yourselves. You guys have like... I do. I do. I do have this.
In my time with the loco, at least at the facility in Valua, he always treated his prisoners well at least. So if we find any on this floor, we can hope that they're in good health.
Hopefully. We just need to keep an eye out for his experiments, because one guard I spoke to said that the loco was letting them loose on the guards.
That doesn't sound like the loco. Not the one I know.
Hold for show. You guys are now traversing further into the hole. The charred sides of it barely make it so this way it doesn't cave in on itself. As you go on through, you really don't have much light other than some of your weaponry that gives off the faint moonstone glow energy about it. You press on through. Actually, everyone give me a quick notice check.
Always with the notice check.
Yeah. Oof. Nice.
You're welcome.
There you go. Hey, Frost! You notice as you're barreling through this slight slide of a slope, it does kind of eke a bit out more to a bit more level. And as such, you guys are not like fully sliding through, and a little bit of that rug burn on the back. But you actually notice a few fragments of green moonstones. About 3 fragments of green moonstone.
Can I grab them as I slide by? Or are they stuck?
Roll me athletics.
Remember, you almost lost your arm once on this trip.
you did almost, friend.
Yeah, it's fine.
You are not able to grab them whatsoever, and you almost cut your hand on them as you slide further down.
That. I just smack his hand like, wait, stop that.
He's oh wait, yeah, he's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
True. Okay, so you would notice it and you would see his failed attempt. Alright, well, because Roll20 decided to delete what I originally had for this section, I'm going to modify a section I already had planned for Ilkamus anyway. So, Blue Skidoo, Weekend 2. Yes, I can have you all over here. Let me go back and get all your character tokens. So, hold for show for 1 quick second. Dun 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 dun.
Also, mad fucking props, KT.
Fucking rolled it again.
Honestly, I have no clue how I'm doing that. So I'm enjoying it as much as you are.
It's like watching a speedrunner like clip through a level.
Honestly, I'm so glad that I have this power. I love it.
It's a fun little power. And well, because you finally got another one that you've gotten technically prior, it's the same chain. I can reveal this now to you. Your hands keep a little bit of the yellow glow.
Ooh.
You will learn what that means later.
So if I rolled high enough on a magic attack check for lightning magic, I could potentially blow a hole in everything.
Yes. Yes, you could. Noted. Oh, I already had everyone here. What sort of bitch? Oh well. Alright. Yeah, so this'll be interesting.
I'd like to shout out to our DM Mark for actually knowing how to fuck to work Roll 20, and I mean that seriously.
Thank you, thank you.
I have a hard enough time on the player end of it.
Alright, I need to rehide that and show this, and we are all set, folks. So you end up going down, down, down further and blasting your way a bit. It seems like there's still a bit more tunnel to get through. Delashi, I'll give this one to you, since you're the one who went in first. Did you go first, or did Mordecai go first?
I'm just gonna say I went first.
You went first. As you finally get to the bottom of this tunnel-shaped hole you burrowed into the mines, you all slide down and boom, 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 kind of get to one another, kind of collapsing onto each other as you hit an end. And the end isn't quite yet at the next floor. You do feel around, though, that it's kind of a bit different. Seems like there might be something that's kind of in the way. Maybe another blast or two might get you through.
I don't know if I can manage another one of those.
You can just try to do something, or if anything, too, maybe you could try ice. It's just a hole in the wall that you need to make. You just gotta puncture a bit more.
Okay.
Think of it like literally a wall, and you just gotta puncture through. You don't gotta blast any further into the damn mine.
I mean,
You just
could.
need to.
Is there any kind of crack we can wedge anything into?
That is what you see. There's kind of a crack that is there.
Okay.
Like, you see, like, a bit of a hole in the wall that's kind of has something else further past it, but this is where the tunnel ends, and you're kind of just trying to burrow into the next portion.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use some ice magic to create like a shard to kind of like stick through the crack and like pry it open.
Okay, stick through the crack and everybody... Done deal.
I have a knife. I have a sword. He has a knife. Points to.
I mean,
We all got swords!
it was I was the first one there, so I'm just assuming I did that before anybody could pull out one of their swords and do it.
I mean, if the launcher can do it with a shard of ice, no point, risking breaking a valuable dagger.
That's true.
Got magic, whatever. Go ahead.
Whatever you guys like to do. I don't care. I was giving the option there to Delashi, because Delashi was there in the front row. What would you like to do, Delashi?
I mean, does anybody want to do something before I do this?
It is now open to the table. Would anyone else like to do something? Rootin'
Because
Tootin' Shit Lagoon.
I was just gonna use magic and just go right through the wall.
I was fine to plan A. If Gareth has plan B, then that's fine too.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever's quickest and finest. Just go ahead.
Plan A it is. Done. I shall
Okay.
roll magic.
Magic, don't fail me now.
You make a shard of ice just big enough to crash itself in through a bit of the wall, and with a bit of force from you and the rest of the party, you kind of push in and fall into a room. You see what you see around you now.
Oh.
And I will change the music now.
A globe, books, and stone.
Oh god. What was on this floor again, Mordecai?
I believe it was referred to as some sort of privatized section.
Oh god.
Ha ba ba.
I have a bad feeling.
As you peer,
Insight check on the globe.
insight check on the globe. Roll me empathy.
No. Go on. Oh.
Empathy is technically your additional insight too.
I'm not gonna be able to read the globe's facial features. It's fine.
I mean, you don't know. It's a really shifty globe. It might be trying.
I'll do it. Fine.
Do it.
Ooh, I don't have. Yes,
It's me with
standard.
my big wow.
And I'm gonna wake it. No.
The globe has a face drawn on it, and it looks at you, and it's like, ah.
I just reach my hand out, turn the globe away.
The globe gets turned. There's another face that's like, oh.
I hate this room already.
Should I try?
We're gonna show.
We're gonna get something out of this globe.
Oh god damn it.
Can we
Okay.
not destroy things?
Fine.
Children.
I'll listen to Garrett.
Oh, I agree.
Oh man. Alright, so you all look in further into this room, into this, what you can kind of see, you're on like a secondary floor of it. It's a very large room with assorted books, assorted cases, and some random ass globe with faces on it. Who the hell?
Skeleton.
Who and a skeleton. Skeleton of some sort of creature that you don't really think that you've seen before, maybe? I don't know. It's something weird. Skeletons just like standing there posed. Everyone roll me notice checks. Oh, I can't.
Damn, boys.
Oh shit, alright.
This globe, man.
You're heavily invested in this globe.
Me and Mordecai are just like going. We're just trying to get some information out of this globe.
While
This makes total. I love when the dice agree with the player bullshit.
while it seems like the terrible twosome is heavily invested in this globe of faces for some reason.
We have a team name.
God damn it.
Team name?
Rost and Gareth look on and see a bit more into the room as a light switch now flips up. And again, you hear in the distance as a door opens the sounds of the sirens and the alarms. And someone going like, "Gah! Racket. Oh, so much racket. Yeah. What now? Ah. Fine, these imbeciles, these simpletons. Fine. If you want something done, you've got to do it yourself. Or better yet, I'll have something else do it for me. Yes.
You're taking this man hostage.
My mic is a little bit muted.
Ross, we're taking this man hostage.
There's instinct.
There's instinct. Now you all get the full view, although Ross and Gareth are the only ones who really notice the room itself. Let me turn off Fog of War.
If I hear voices, can I try to like slink down and make a stealth check?
You can slink down and make a stealth check.
This fucking globe, man!
that globe has your gun.
Lucius Sprite? You son of a bitch!
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what the fuck did you just call me?
Yes, I did, and that is for Alchemist, so don't worry about that.
Alright, Mordecai, I think we need to do good cop and bad cop on this globe.
The good cop, bad cop. I needed to refix this.
Oh, where'd he go?
You'll see a little bit.
He's gone.
Alright, so I need 3 things. I need you. And I need you.
Oh god.
And then I need... Fuck, it's going to be all the way down here, isn't it? Yep, it's going to be all the way down here. Fuck, it's further down than I thought. There we go. 'Cause I use Fire Emblem sprites. Until I fix the sprites, I use Fire Emblem sprites.
Oh, I know that one.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
shit.
in walks a very short man. This is what Vrost and Gareth notice. It is a very short man who has somewhat of a globe around his head. He has these weird ass spectacles and an adorned cape and armor. It's like good. And how is the projects going along? How? One of his other guards answers him and responds like, "Oh, it's going well, Lord. We have sent it into the deeper parts of the mines, and it seems to be harvesting the stones as we speak." Good. And what of our other shadow? What of our experiments on them? And the shadow just responds, "Progressing." Then that's simply it. It doesn't say or do much else, and it's like, few words. I need more information. I need research. I need subjects. I need more test subjects. Yes. Yes. I need. Yes, I need. And he runs with his stubby little legs over to the center of the room and goes back over. It's like, yes. All right. So Project C, Project B, Project Delta. Yes. I should put that next. Shadow. What about the Ixonesses that we've seen patrolling about the area? And he responds, "Troublesome. Would you like me to go deal with them?" Like, no. By all means, we already have the alarms going off. I'll keep you here for now. I need everyone to roll me stealth checks.
For the sake of honesty, do I keep my original one?
You kept your original one, and you lucked out that you lucked out for your first one.
Oh.
Do I roll again or no?
My life shall pull through.
Oh man. So, did you already roll, or was that roll your -1, the first roll that you rolled, Mordecai, or is that a new one?
I was asking, do I need to roll again for
Yes,
this?
you need a roll for this one.
Okay. I got a second chance. Woo!
Yes, this is perfect music. Not fight music, but perfect music for right now.
I kind of got scared for a second. I'm not looking happy.
All right. So the rolls that we have here. Oh man, Rust, you were the second. You were the -1, right?
Yes. I am the bad roll out of everybody.
You were the bad roll. All right, let's see.
I don't recognize anyone in this room, right?
You don't recognize anyone in this room except for the shadow that you all fought before, but it's a different one.
Okay.
4, 3, 3 total. 9, 10 -1. All right. So let's see. A 1, a 2, a 3. Oh.
Wow.
Lord, it seems we have company. What? What do you mean company? And you see like this short, stubbly man like look around and peer about the room. He's like, I see. Yes, well, all of you, come down from there. Or do you want to do this a different way?
We are in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, by all means, sit. You're already in my facility, so take a seat. I insist. And he points at all of you as he walks slowly to his desk over in the center area. He proceeds to be right there, as the shadow is right here, and the other guard is right here.
I can't try to shoot
I'm gonna try to quietly say, what's the play? What's the play here, boys?
I think Ross might have an idea.
That was me.
Oh.
I was shushing Frost.
You were shushing Frost, okay.
He's mad at me now, but that's fine.
Alright.
It's okay, baby. You get your turn.
Well, don't all of you speak up at once. Yes.
Garrett steps forward and is like, oh, I see that you are a scholar. I am a scholar as well, and I see here you have many fine books and findings. Would you perhaps like to take a little bit of time and compare notes and facts, possibly? And
Roll me deception.
Unless you're being earnest.
That's true.
I mean, he kind of was.
Roll me empathy.
I like this background music.
So we're looking at.
Can I not do scholar? Like, I can't
No,
really scholar.
not for this one. Okay.
I don't have empathy or deception or anything.
Yes. This was going to be a very hard roll regardless.
So we're looking at Almar from Pikmin, a shadow, and who?
Dr. Doom.
A Valuan sorcerer. A warden. A warden.
No, that's not good news.
Oh.
Yes, I think my research might far exceed what you might have.
But
But
it's
anyway,
surprising.
nonetheless.
You might be surprised. He's
Titan
15
word.
points.
Well, as I said, I insist once more. Please, have a seat.
As guests or prisoners?
Both.
See, there's only one right answer to that question.
I am. My eye is darting around the room at this point. Like, is this the only actual exit?
The way you came out, and technically, yes, the southern exit is the only exit that you know of at the moment.
Well, before we take a seat, a question.
Yes.
These books are filled with your valuable research?
Yeah. Backups, copies. Yeah, I keep my personal data at my lab back in Valua.
That's smart. That's smart.
I see the wheels turning in your head, my good friend.
I was trying to find a way to, like, slick to the party, but yeah. Well, at least hear you out, I suppose. So I have my eye on Gareth, and I'm kind of... If anybody looks like they're about to bolt, I'm gonna do something. But I'm fine playing along for now.
They're in the I'll just say the 4 tiles right by the bookcase here. I would say, like, right over here. If anyone wants to place themselves and have a seat, by all means.
I will stand next to a chair.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Because I have to ask, do they look like any kind of trap chairs, or just normal wooden chairs or stools or any shit?
The chairs themselves, no. Roll me investigation.
I'm on a roll today, fellas.
The floor looks fine.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll roll investigation.
You roll. Gareth notices that the floor looks a bit odd, especially around the chairs.
There's just gonna kind of like look at Mordecai and just like, just give him like a slight glance and just slight shake, and yeah, it's just gonna stand up.
I will take a step back to try and carry.
Delashi, where are you positioning yourself?
I'm gonna stand right here.
And are you able to move Mordecai, or do I still have to move him?
You still have to move Gareth.
Okay.
Or
Sorry, Frost. Frost.
I will sell for the oldest trick in the book.
I thought I said it. Okay, actually, let me see. I think I might be able to change it now.
Fellas, if we could drop that, I do have that limit break, but I can only probably carry one person.
That is true.
That
I've
is
got
why I
mine,
am
but I
also
don't
near
know.
the stairs.
So, what brings you? People, things, group, pirates? What are you all? Judging by the looks, I'd say pirates. What brings you pirates to my facility?
That's offensive, and I prefer the term privateer. Thank you.
Ah. Well, I prefer the term doctor, but some people just call me mad.
What's your doctorate in, sir?
Madness!
In the clinical studies and
It's
bioengineering.
He's just throwing out some fancy words to sound smart.
interesting. And what have you possibly a bioengineer? And he's gonna, Gareth is gonna motion to the large skeleton. Is that some of your work, possibly?
Oh yes, I did some quaint research in chimeras. Truly a wonderful facet.
That is the fusion of multiple things, if I am correct.
Oh,
might
yes.
I ask what it was?
Well, I'm glad you asked. And he actually does, for once, turn his back on you and is like, well, you see right here we have the head of a saber tooth with the tail and asphyxiations of polar bears. In the torso region right here, I've provided some mutations to our genetic bulls back in
Look at
Valora.
Avatar.
Wait a second. When does polar bears have tails? Did you make it a tail just to put on this thing here?
Yes! We tried to make a scorpion tail exceed that into more mammals. It didn't go over too well.
And it is very inspired, Dr.
Deloco!
Ooh.
Fucking knew it.
Why don't you just put the venom from the tail into their claws?
I'm gonna lean forward. Come again?
Come again, what? Oh, well, the tails, you see.
No,
We tried with the claws, and it didn't go over too
I know.
well, and it was
Everyone
the
Dr.
acid.
Deloco. And unless there is a familial relation, and you both happen to have doctorates, that is a name that is not worthy of you.
Oh, you don't say.
Maybe
He
it
looks
was
over
someone
to his table, ruffles through a few papers. Ah! I thought you were familiar. Mordecai Talak. Truly a fascinating subject you are. Wonderfully examined for mechanical prosthetics. Now, bioengineers. How are the legs treating you these days? I see you can run far enough from Valua. Maybe not so far now that you're here.
We're not in Valua, are we?
No. We're in Ixa territory, but maybe that will change. Who knows? I say.
You're clearly not welcome here.
Oh no, by all means. I know we're not. I don't care. As long as I'm able to do my research, then I will do as I please.
But the local I know treats his subjects well.
But the local you know is a sham. Merely a project. We have him thrown in the dungeons as well. It seems he wanted to aid you in your escape. A bit of a bleeding heart. And he goes on a bit of a monologue. We had him, a hired actor, a doctor in his own right, but merely a stand-in for my glorious visage. I am the real Dr. DeLoco, the one who engineers these glorious machinations, the things you see around you, the interweavings, yes. All the moonstone technology, it is my bread and butter. No, I seek to expand our horizons. Your legs there themselves are prodigal achievements.
The local I know is trying to do good and leave the world better than he found it. What did you do?
The local you know was a sham. He was an actor. He was stationed there to help us incorporate other war-torn refugees. His bleeding heart got the better of him, and he stuck his nose too far into his projects. If he had kept his mouth shut and worked like a good boy, he would have had his position and livelihood. But where is he now? The dungeon. So, where would you like to be, good sir? Would you like to be in the dungeon? Or would you like to be back at your station? Maybe try again.
If you have to ask such a question, clearly your notes are flawed. My name is Mordecai Tadark, and I am a son of the Sands, and I will never serve Lua again. And I'm going to attempt to cast some fire magic at this fucking...
Go ahead, everyone, roll notice! We're rolling for initiative! It is not going to be group-based this time. It is now going to be player-based. So, roll me notice for your initiative. As I change things over now, going to new music.
To fight another shadow.
Yep.
Sorry.
Fine.
Not sorry. This fucker pisses me off.
Go for it.
I'm glad he pisses you off, because I hate this bastard with a bloody passion.
I don't know if he's still watching, but I told my friend B, yeah, I worked for Dr. DeLoco, and he seems pretty chill. And he's like, what? So, while we're going initiative bullshit, so But the loco I know, did he actually like do his own research from what I saw? Like, was he the one directly responsible for my legs and such?
So he was not directly responsible for your legs.
Or
And
if I don't know any of this from this conversation, then don't tell me.
you do not know any of this from your conversation, so I will have to put a pin on that one.
Okay, that's fine. And did it sound like he was in this dungeon or another dungeon?
That you don't know.
Okay. Just clarifying.
Alright. Where was my... Ah, yes. I will use the wonderful fight music from last time, Delashi.
That was pretty good. So it's gonna remind me of where we fought. Ooh.
It's actually really, really fitting, though, still, too, for Deloco as well. Doo-doo-doo-doo. My only problem is I gotta do this in massive parts.
No, that's true.
Hababushki. Hello, for those of you who are still here, get ready for a wonderful, interesting fight.
Shadow was so tough earlier. We basically narrowed that down to a 1v1 with like fucking pawns.
Yep. This will be interesting. I'm gonna need more than that.
No, god damn it. This guy has plot armor, doesn't he?
That will be decided depending on what happens. So there, I will.
You told us this goes parallel to the main story of
parallel a bit, yes. I can guarantee you he will probably not die? Question mark?
not for lack of trying.
But not for lack of trying. I will at least say this. There are potential 4 outcomes to this fight. There is the option to run. There is the option to fight and win. There is the option to fight and lose, and the option to fight and lose question mark. And there's the other option to
Continue.
run, to fight and win, to fight and lose, to fight and lose question mark. Yes.
I don't want to get experimented on. I feel like that's what the question mark is.
Honestly, you get experimented the most out of all of us.
God damn it. Alright, time to channel my inner mad doctor.
Oh, this one's triggering me.
Adjust music as you guys see fit. And get ready to fight Deloco and his guards.
That was expert fucking timed, holy shit.
Alright, let's see what the initiative order is. Gareth, Mordecai, Delashi. Gareth, okay, so Mordecai rolls first. Then
Do I
Delashi.
get my initial magic cast, or do I have to wait my turn initiative?
You have to wait your turn.
Double checking. So everyone sees me raise my hand, and my shit starts glowing, I guess.
So is initiative determined highest to lowest or lowest to highest?
Highest to lowest. So let's see.
So Gareth, myself, Delashi, then Mordecai, if I'm getting the roll right.
Yep. But we're going to see what everyone else rolls. Thankfully...
Secrets.
Alright. So, it's going to be... the Warden first, then Gareth, then the Shadow,
Oh,
then Vrost, then DeLoco, then Delashi Mordecai. Okay. I got that turn order right. So, to put the turn order in retrospect, I'm going to give everyone a token. Let's go. So it's going to be the Warden first.
This music nice.
Yes, it is very nice. So we'll go the red token. Then we'll go the blue token. Then we'll go the green token. Then we'll go orange. Then we'll go purple. I have just enough tokens, yes. Delashi. And then Mordecai. That is all the tokens. Done deal. Alright, so Warden's going to go first. Warden's going to cast a red spell. Let's see. The Warden is going to cast a spell on the Shadow. The Shadow gets fueled with a very minor amount of energy.
I would apologize, but we were probably not getting out of this one entirely scot-free anyway.
Gareth, it is your turn.
I figured we were gonna have to put up some fight.
What are you doing, Gareth?
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna pop my limit break right off the bat.
Ooh, off the bat, limit break. Alright, give me your cards, friend. Gimme. Gimme. Alright, so, and I get to do a fun thing now. Let's see. Hadunch. Oh wait, no, hold. Undo that. So a fun little thing that another fellow GM showed me is to do this for generating player abilities and stuff. So, there you go. Move your tokens as you see fit. You summon 3 water mini dragons around for you. Mordecai, roll me real quick, Will. Cause you're still scared of the danger noodles.
Oh no.
I will give you a +1 because you're okay. I'll give you a +1 because you're probably angry at this guy, and for dramatic effect too. I'm gonna take that one away. Put one more.
I am angry.
You're an anger boy. You're angry. You're like. All right, focus. Focus the anger. Do not be scared of the danger noodles. For those who are watching, Mordecai is afraid of snakes. And snake is very close to a water dragon type thing. At least that's the way he views it, apparently. So we rolled with it. We're going with it. He's afraid of these danger noodles. All right. What are you doing with these? With your water thingies?
I plan on attacking the shadow with them, like all 3.
Oh, you're attacking the shadow with all 3?
Yeah.
Ooh, this will be interesting. All right. So they have a base rating. Their base rating is 3.
Okay, it's just like, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So all three are going to hit towards the shadow. And they have their base rating, so I'll roll against their base rating. The shadow has... Let's see... Oh, well... Oh, alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright. So the first two... the second one distracts well enough, but the first one doesn't do anything, and he cleaves right through it. So the first one, it just gets kind of destroyed by the shadow. The other two, one stays and is able to knock him off balance, and the other one does impale into him and hit him a bit, like waving this energy right into his chest and outwards, and you just see him get impaled with wind and water like a concussive blast.
Ooh.
It is still around, but it now has only 2 turns. But the first water dragon just gets cleaved on through. You have 2 water dragons left. All right, now it's the shadows. Are you going to move anything or move anywhere?
No. Nope.
Nope, you want to stay, hold your ground?
Yep.
All right, shadow's going to move. Hababushki, hababushki, habab. It's going to see you summon these things, and it's going to lunge right at you. You see him almost like an aerialist move his body and like kind of cartwheel down over towards you and then fashion his blades. Think a little bit of Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Roll me fighting, friend. Give me 1 roll, and Vrost, give me a fighting roll. Because he's going at 1, 2. Alright. Alright, so Gareth, he takes a swing at you, and you kind of like matrix dodge to the side of one of the blades and kind of back up into Mordecai. As you dodge the first swing, he comes and whips around with the second one, hitting over to Vrost. Vrost, you take a point of physical damage. As he just cuts a bit of your face and then over towards your shoulder. Like, barely scraping the face, but digging right into your shoulder.
Ooh.
Ha-da-da-da-da, done and done. Ross, it is your turn.
Hi, yes. Is it possible for me to go up 1 and over 1? So I'm like, put space for me in that
Yes.
shadow because he is a super spooks.
You can move away.
I don't know what it is you do with the tokens, Mark, but Gareth does not have control over the token whatsoever.
Gotcha. I'll move it accordingly. Done. You removed as such. I keep forgetting it, and I have to keep reminding myself about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, with the space between me and the shadow, I'm gonna fire at the loco.
Alright.
Charging up the rifle and just be like, bang!
Roll
Big
me...
bang.
Roll me magic, friend. Three. Done.
Maybe still gotta move that token.
Oh, it didn't move it?
No.
Alright, 1 second. I think I need to refresh my page real quick. Ha-da-da. Yep, it is still stuck. Give me 1 second to move. There we go, now it is moved. Now you hit the loco. You
Yes.
fire away.
Bang.
Ya bang bang. Alright, so you take out your rifle and you launch a shot. He's going to defend. But not with what you think he would.
Next turn, I'm shooting his research. I'm just, fuck it. If I can't hit him, I'm shooting his research.
He actually slams and hits something on his table right beside, and a wall pops out. And from the floor, it jets up and then shoots back down. It's like, you think I wouldn't be prepared in my own establishment?
I mean, blue ones are stupid.
I'll leave that to the... I mean, our regality is not within question here. He goes to press up against the glasses that's inside the helmet, and then he realizes, oh shit, yeah, it's his helmet, and then he puts the helmet back, lifts his glasses, puts the helmet back down.
Baron just goes, nerd.
This nerd is going to destroy you!
I have a logistical question. How high did the wall shoot?
It shot up about at least twice his height. He is about a 3-foot tall man. So he's about like 6, 7 foot. Yes.
Yelling at us right now.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I'm gonna use him as a footstool.
Just punt him.
You see, if Aaron was more strong and beefy, totally would happen. But he's more of a rooty tooty McShooty.
Alright, it is now DeLoco's turn. Let's see. I want test subjects, so I won't destroy you outright. I got it! And then whacks another button on his console right there, where the desk is. Oh, fun. I need Dalashi, Mordecai, and, Gareth all roll me will.
Man, I gotta buff my will. Oh, I wish I went positive that time. Probably not enough.
Mordecai, shoot the console.
Okay, so from the side of you, a large shock of energy, bolts through in a line across you all. Okay, I'll do magic then. Okay. Haboosh! From the side of the wall, a large bolt of lightning, and both Mordecai and Dalashi are able to quickly move and duck to the side, but Gareth gets impaled from the side end, taking a bolt right to his rib cage. Take 1 point of will damage.
Where the fuck do you want me to go? I got a fucking shadow staying in front of me. I couldn't exactly move anywhere.
We didn't know that was going to happen.
And he's going to roll something else? Okay. Alright, so up next, Dalashi, your turn. Oh wait, no. Yes, Dalashi's turn.
Okay, I'm going to step forward, and I want to freeze this dude.
Alright, roll me magic.
Give me a brain freeze.
Ooh, alright. You are able to hold him in place. It does not look like it hurts him, but he is currently just
Okay.
Alright. Does not look like it did any damage, but it does hold him.
Can he move his arms still?
He can move his arms, and that's about it. He cannot move his body. He is stuck where he is.
Okay.
Dun. Mordecai, it is your turn.
Well, I was preparing a magic blast, but after seeing that wall go up, I kind of clench my hand and squelch it. and let it just run over me, and I'm gonna pop my limit break.
Ooh.
And the plan... How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling is about 20 feet tall.
If I can, with the Super McJumpy limit break, I'm gonna jump to a point basically here on the ceiling.
Yep.
And I am coming down hard Dragoon Jump style, and I'm putting myself between him and the table.
Ooh, I like this. I like this. Alright, so give me 1 second. I gotta look at limit break real quick. Okay, so how many times are you jumping? 1, 2?
Dink, dink. And
1, 2. Okay.
I don't know if once I've planted myself, if I could jump and try to like spear or at least tackle him away from the table.
Okay.
But if that's as far as I can feasibly go, then that's fine.
No. Alright. So I just need to know how many actions that you're doing with the limit break, because that just determines what the base amount comes after that he needs to roll against it.
Okay.
So you're doing 2 jumps and an attack, right?
Yes.
And technically the last jump counts as an attack.
Okay.
So a jump and an attack.
Yeah.
And then the positioning. Alright. Good. That's a high number then. Alright. Friend. Luckily his fighting is not that high. Okay. You ricochet from ground point to ceiling and then down on him to where he's like, and you get in between him and the console, and he backs up, and you actually scrape and crack a bit of the glass case that's around his head.
Okay.
He's like, I see we were a little too good with those legs of yours.
You don't know the half of it. If I have any spunk left in me, I'm gonna try to fucking, like, high kick with my metal shin and try to crack his fucking fishbowl open. But I don't know if I can do it on this turn.
You could do it. Roll it at a. I'll minus what I need to from it. All right. You are able to crack and actually not only crack the fishbowl open, but also crack his glasses to where he's like, oh! Ah! Fuck! Son! God! I need 2 subjects! Kill! And he has to like wipe the blood from his eyes, as like you just smashed his face in.
Damn.
And he's like, alright! Fuck!
I can't do it. I don't want to be mad at him, but it's just...
As like he actually has to take a bit. So that was 1, and then from the limit break was an additional 2. Alright, yep. So he has to take that. You broke his fishbowl and did some damage to him.
Alright, that was all I could feasibly do, I suppose.
Alright, top of the round again. Magic Warden. Oh, my lord! Zigzag, zigzag, oi, oi, oi. What are you doing, oi, oi, oi? He ain't doing chat. Wow, this warden is useless.
I heard they just got nerfed for honor. That's a lie. I haven't kept up with honor patch notes.
Yeah. He tried to cast a spell for DeLoco, and the spell just kind of fizzled. Doesn't even work. And he's like, he has arcana dysfunction right now.
That's going to close.
And
I don't think the little blue pill can fix that.
As he tries to cast the spell to help his lord, and just crit fails. That's going to be his turn. Gareth, your turn. What would you like to do? You have a shadow right on looming over you.
I have 2 shadows technically, thank you.
You're right. One looming over and one behind you. Oh man, just the
What?
nothing.
Because then we ain't playing the Kingdom Hearts campaign.
You walk away.
Unless.
So I'm going to bring back my little buddies.
Bring back your dragons.
And I want to have them almost like lariat him.
Alright. So like grab and Zangief?
John Cena!
Have you seen fucking like Naruto with like Killer Bee and
Yes.
Hokage? Like,
The fucking lift up, go, slam dunk.
No, not that. They just come in from like one side and they would like decapitate people.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I think you were thinking of a suplex.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, you were thinking of a suplex. So like one comes from like the behind, the other one comes from behind in the front, and then
Yeah. Yeah, the crossfire.
yeah.
Alright, done deal. They have their base. I will see what he rolls against that. Fuck.
How is this even fair? Like, I'll just sit down at this point, if this is how it's gonna be. I just need to change my focus.
You gotta hit him with something different. The shadow does just swing at both, and just one still remains. You still have an attack yourself, so the dragons are able to hit, but you also have your standard action for this one. Because they were already something that you summoned, and you have your own primary action.
Okay, well, I'm gonna blast her with a point blank shot of Noxie.
Roll me magic! 2. We're going with 2. And we're going with, there we go! Alright, would you like to either deal damage or poison? Because you said Noxie, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
It just gives first a poisonous gas, single inflicting damage with a base power, and also has a chance of inflicting poison.
Yep. Oh, okay, then I'll just roll percentage then. So he gets a point of will strain, or will damage. Taking that to consideration. Oh, nope. Oh, no, not, oh no. Not that. Oh no. So he has one that and one that. Save changes. Done. As you blast into him, you hit him with noxious fumes that go seep into his helmet, and then he coughs it up. A bit of blood with the cough as he still steals his focus and gets ready to fight you. Oh man, alright. Now it is the Shadow's turn. Shadow is going to... Hey, Delashi!
Yeah, hi.
Going to, since there's a dragon in his way for Frost, is going to stab at Gareth, and then also stab at Delashi.
No stabbing.
Yes, the
This
stabbies.
is a no stabbing zone.
It is the stabby time. It's the pokey jabby stabby. So I need you both to roll me fighting.
Okay.
Two. Two.
I'm getting stabbed.
And a 2. You both might be getting the stabbies.
Yeah.
Because this is a big boy.
We're stab buddies.
Huh, alright. This time, it gone from Vrost to dodging to Delashi. Delashi, you don't get hit, but you actually get knocked over towards the warden.
This way?
Yes.
Oh, this way? Or
Yeah.
here?
One more up. There you go. As he takes his sword and tries to go for a stab, and then curves the blade as you dodge it, and has to push you back.
Okay.
So he gets you more with the bracer instead of the tip of the end as he extends, and then like just you feel the force with the magic that he also gained in you see his arm just get enveloped in a very light red glow and just push you. Gareth, you get like similar to Frost, he comes down and he actually just stabs into your foot and then pulls out his sword, and you just get like it hurts. It hurts.
Owie.
And
Obviously, Garrett's just fucking pissed at this point. He's sick of these motherfuckers.
so you get stabbed right there in the foot, and then he reels back, getting ready to fight more, and then looking at like who is necessary to fight. He does see that the Loco is getting hurt, but he sees the three of you and sees, all right, you guys are all closer. I might as well fight you all here.
Remember to run away when they go down.
Good note, Mordecai. You all remember that last time when they died, they have
I almost went blind, apparently.
temporary blindness or shatterings. Next up, Rost, your turn. What are you doing?
I know.
Go ahead and fire a shot towards the shadow. He seems to be going and messing up the team, so let's go and try to take him out. Just a little bang bang boogie.
Little bang bang booty bee?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me magic, friend.
+4, Erica.
Ooh, nice. You take another shot at him, and you actually reel and push him back into the bookcase, slamming him back. Over this way. He takes give me that point. He takes a point of will. Done and done. Frost, you moving or doing anything else?
Scoot me a square closer towards the Loco. Just trying to keep space between everything.
One square is closer to Loco. Gotcha. Alright, up next is DeLoco himself. Rubbing the freaking glass out of his face. Alright. DeLoco has access to this. What should I do in this matter? I guess... Mordecai, roll me athletics.
Hey, that's something I have.
Yep. 5.
Yay.
You get to choose where you're going to land.
Oh boy.
As DeLoco basically seems like he's a bumbling idiot, tries to go and looks like he's going to try to throw a fist at you. He's like, ha, gotcha, and like slams the table right below you. Because you were ready to stab him, and instead, like, he just kind of slams in and kicks the table, and it just bolts up, and you see, like, almost in a comedic fashion, it springboards the whole console out. Where would you like to land within... Pick a place 7 spaces away from where you are.
As in within 7, or...
Within 7. Or no, like, pick 7, like, far away. 7 fall.
So
Anywhere,
so
your choice.
you want it to
7
be a minimum of
spaces.
7.
Yes.
Would the top of the bookcase potentially be like 7 up and away?
Ooh, You rolled a 5. I would say no.
Okay.
I would say so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would say you can go to these upper platforms. So if you wanted to go not here, but over here, yes.
Sure.
Like those I'll count. And then anywhere on the second row, I would say, is somewhere you could go, or 7 spaces downward.
Put me here or here, just in the corner by this big bookcase.
Okay. And oh nope. Habushki. Haba. Done. All right, and that's his turn because he couldn't really fight you. Not where you were. And he just puts a hand on his desk, is like, and back down. All right. Now I can kill you a little more civilly. By being uncivil with experiments. Next up, Mordecai. No, Delashi. It's Delashi. Delashi and then Mordecai. That's what it was.
Okay, so I'm going after the shadow because it tried to stab me and it stabbed everybody else.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
It's the
sidestep
Stabby McStabberson.
a little bit, and then I'm going to use my whip and crack it and shoot like shards of ice.
Alrighty. Rolling magic.
Oh, that's not that good.
It does not do much to him as you throw the shards of ice and he just takes both of his blades and crosses them in an X-shaped pattern in front of him, slashing the ice away. Also, remember, as I said in before too, you guys have free actions to either converse, to do a non-combative action if you would like. Is that all you want to do, Delashi? Move and then crack the whip?
Yes.
Done and done. Unfortunately, did not do much this time.
My magic failed me.
Mordecai, it is your turn. What are you doing, friend?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
How snug is this bookcase to the wall?
Roll me an investigation. That'll be your free action. By the looks of this bookcase, it actually slides. So, it slides down into the floor.
So it looks pretty secure at the bottom.
It looks pretty secure at the bottom, like it's not going to topple over, and you notice that there might be something behind it.
Damn.
As an added bonus for the roll and what you were trying to do, you gather this might be an escape route of sorts.
I see.
Or a secret pass.
And so there appears to be no apparent way to activate it?
Not that you could see from where you are.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get back to where I was. I don't know if I could make a straight leap or if I could just kind of like Prince of Persia, run, and then jump. If we're going by D&D rules, then to get back here would be like 5, 10, technically 15
Yep.
foot jump.
Yep. Feasibly, you could do it. Give me athletics.
Okay. Athletics. Discord icon keeps on popping up.
Got a 2, friend?
Yep.
Alright. You were able to make it not on top of the bookcase. Or not on top of the bookcase, not on top of the desk, but on the opposite side of it. So you're right here.
Okay.
So that's where you are.
Then I don't know if I can reach him with my spear from there, or if I have to magic or chuck something at him.
I would say magic, you could reach him. Spear, not at the moment.
And it would cost a big chunk of my turn to switch from fire.
Yes. Because that would have been basically your free action. So you would have your roll at a minus.
Okay, I'm gonna try to rely on a surprise here. I'm gonna drop a fireball right there and just see how big it goes.
Okay. Okay. Roll me magic, friend. And you're trying to hit 2 targets? Both of them? Alright, done.
Yeah.
Alright, so that'll be at that minus.
And just for, I guess, flavor almost, could I burn my aspect Son of the Sands and just add the +2 to that, and I'll burn a fate point?
Yeah, you can do that. Perfect. Alright. Well, that takes away the what I was going to do. But yeah, alright. Done. So, are you burning anything else? I'm gonna ask this first beforehand.
I said I was gonna try to place it right there and just see how big of a fireball I got.
Yep.
So yeah.
You
that's what I said.
Get the explosion and you hit it right there. Unfortunately, DeLoco was prepared, but thanks to the ice, the warden was not so much. So the warden takes 1 point.
Okay. I'll take it.
That's something at least.
Yep.
Alright, that's it for me.
So done and done. And back top of the round. Warden's going to go. Warden's going to try to buff. No, Warden's going to blast. Warden's going to fire.
If he blasts me, he's getting frozen again.
Yeah, he going to blast you, friend.
Ugh.
Sorry. Roll me
Some
will.
consequences.
Roll me will. Everybody getting hit. No one is going unscathed for this.
/tank stance. I haven't been hit yet. Hit me.
I'm trying to hit you, but you jumped around and hit freaking DeLoco and smashed his face in. I was like,
Let me pull the aggro. Garrett's getting bullied.
Alright. I just needed it from Delashi. Delashi's the only one getting hit this one. Sorry. Thank you, Garrett. I know I said everyone who's getting hit, but I meant that in terms of the battle. Oof. Oh, just barely. Are you spending anything, Delashi?
Well, I guess I am now.
It is up to you. I asked this. I have to ask and reconfirm situations, evaluations. Like, am I doing one thing or am I doing nothing? Am I doing shady shit or am I just being DeLoco and I'm going to kill everything?
Oh my god.
I need to know these things so I can better destroy you. Because my gods can't seem to do anything, except for you, Shadow. Shadow, you've been doing just fine and dandy taking care of them. Do more, please.
People.
I need to hire more of you.
I'm not gonna add anything to it.
You're not going to add anything to it? Okay. You feel a sapping strength as a yellow pulsating energy wafts around you, and you take a minus to your rolls.
Oh.
Yes. Up next, Gareth, your turn. This is the last turn for your dragon.
I'm going to have my dragon come in and like swoop low at the shadow, like try to get for like his feet, his ankles, his legs.
Gotcha.
While I send a nice blast of Weblis at him at the same time.
Okay. Gotcha. List. Yep. Alright.
Because I notice he's kind of like backed up against that wall.
So double the wind. Alright, roll me magic, friend. Alright, there we go. And then one for the dragon. Alright. So the dragon goes into swoop, and he goes to pierce it with his sword. But as he pierces it with his sword, you take the opportunity to knock him back further into the bookcase toppling over him, and dealing another point for him.
I was really hoping I could tip this big ass bookcase on a Deloco.
Unfortunately, the big ass bookcase was a ruse. All right. All right. Shadow. That was Gareth's turn. Gareth's dragon goes poofy poofs. Frost, it is your turn. What? Oh wait, no. Did I go for the shadow? No. I went Warden. Warden, then Shadow. That's right. Warden, Gareth, Shadow, Frost, Delashi, Deloco, Delashi, Mordecai. There we go. God, I need like a freaking turn order word right here. Alright, so Shadow's going to go. And there's a bookcase on top of him. So I'm gonna roll physique. Fucking God.
Wow.
Whew. The shadow is going to grab, and like you see him pulse with the last bit of red energy as it fades from his body. He grabs the bookcase up above him and yeets it at Frost. Frost, roll me athletics. Like he just impales his swords up in and yeets it over to you.
What is it?
Athletics, so +2 for Frost. You take 1 point of physical stress as the books come cascading and you take a boot to the head.
Ooh.
You knew knowledge would hurt you one day, but you didn't think it would be in this form. Somewhere, some way, you feel the faint laughter of Lisha.
Nerd.
I just imagined the oh god, what was her name? Like that fox chick from I'm losing my shit here. Hold on, the fox chick from Agretsuka, like
Yeah, Cynical.
Nice. As the bookcase just get thrown at you, and I don't know if he could do this, but I'm gonna see. Yeah, because Deloca's a little shit anyway. Mordecai, roll me will, but with a +1.
so +1. Got it.
Yeah, +1.
That's 2.
You see a bolt of lightning get whipped at you, and you dodge out of it, and it hits the bookcase behind you, and it came from the shadow. as he just points and like after he yeeted the bookcase at Frost, he threw he just pointed and was like boom, try to launch a lightning bolt at you, knowing it would overshoot DeLoco, and DeLoco's like, ah, I'm here. That was over my head. Look, I know you are trying to be here for my well-being, but if you're going to be here for my well-being, be next to me and kill him.
No, keep that up. That was great.
Him, not me. Me, DeLoco, here, now.
Yes, aim for DeLoco.
No, aim for that one. Get the small
That one being you.
Get the
That's the
small
small
one.
thing. You're the smally one.
Look, from one nerd to another. Die.
Back at you, bro.
Square up, and I mean that with a little 2 at the top.
Wow.
Here's a fucking card, Mordecai. No, get a fate point. Get a fate point back.
A fate point? Alright.
Get a fate point.
Damn.
Goddamn son of a bitch. Goddamn. Alright, focus.
I mean, at least when he dies, we won't have to dig so deep.
The square up got me. I'm sorry. The square too. It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke, but I loved it. Alright, anyway. Frost, go. Your turn. I'm dying. He's hopefully dying, I guess. Oh, god damn it.
You're still muted.
Who, Frost or me? Rust.
Okay, so I just got hit with a bookcase.
You got hit with a bookcase, a book to the head.
DeLoco is being DeLoco.
Yes.
Is this back to me right now?
DeLoco's back is to you right now, I would say. Oh, man.
Does Mordecai have the situation with DeLoco under control?
50-50. Like, he took a good chunk of, like, the power away from him for a moment. And it's going to be dependent on what happens next.
We're gonna have one of those like action movie moments where we look at each other and I give you a solemn nod, go for that shit.
So, Frost
Frost.
is aiming at... yeah. Frosty is currently aiming at the shadow, but out of the corner that he sees that DeLoco has his back turned to him. So he's gonna go and just whip around and fire a shot right at the mental midget there. And we're gonna see if he can, you know, paint the wall, bring out a gray.
I will give it a +1 for the roll. Roll me magic for
Pay for it to re-roll that, locked and loaded, ready to go.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Yeah, spend a fate point, friend. Better. Much better. Whew. Alright. Give me 1 second to adjust some things. Alright, so Frost whips out, takes a shot right over to DeLoco. You're hitting him with your gun, right? With your rifle?
Of course with the rifle, we're getting a full shot on that.
Alright, done. I'm assuming not with like the burst fire though, because of the nearby Mordecai and Delashi, right?
You got the nod, bro.
You didn't get enough for me. I already got fucking hit by the octopus last time.
So for the safety of the crew, pop in his head.
Thank
You
you.
would not use the big boom boom shot.
Not the big boom
It'll be
boom
a
shot.
Powerful shot.
Okay.
A single target, not multi-target.
Single target. Wapa. Alright. You get DeLoco and boom boom. It hits DeLoco and DeLoco goes it does a point to him and he goes flying into a structure right over here. Into the bonus side.
Alright, and then after that, can you move me 3 squares straight up, so that way I'm in a direct line with DeLoco. And I'm going to shout at him, surrender now, I'm blowing your brains out.
You know what?
Pay me a high price for your mask.
Oh, so you think you're smarter than me, eh?
Alright, you little shit. Go ahead, try me. I am a trained assassin from Lord Bane himself. I have over 3,000 confirmed kills. Go ahead and try me, you little shit.
Ooh, a big shot. Part of the Bane crew. Ah. He'll have his day. Because now it's his turn. He's going to hit something. He's going to actually bear with me on this one because it's going to sound a little stupid. He's going to get on top of the little bone structure there and jam something into it.
Oh no.
Oh hey, we finally see eye to eye.
Ah! But eye to eye to eye as the skull rears its head and looks at you. You see it has little glowing purple pupils.
Hey, Ross, I think he has a bone to pick with you.
Wow.
Everyone sees Farron take his thumb and flip a switch on the gun. It is now burst mode, so there will be big explosions.
Oh, it is his turn, friend. As he rides it now, I need you to roll me fighting. As him in this little bony structure right here. I gotta update it real quick. You are right. Where was it? It's in the free section. Oh.
I'm killing this short fucker.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, Ross will be alright. He literally has no consequences.
You almost did.
You almost do.
Yeah.
As he rides his little bone chariot now. And the bone chariot jumps and leaps onto you, Rost. You are at the moment pinned. As now, the tiny titan, the nerd, is on top of the jock. You are pinned. You are pinned for the moment. We will see what happens next. All right, up next, Delashi, your turn. What are you doing? You see that this bone structure comes to life and is now leaped and lurched and has Frost pinned onto the ground.
And the Loco's just like chilling on top of it.
The Loco's chilling on top of it, like looking everywhere, kind of lording, being like, alright, what next? I'll take you all on! I've got a shadow on my back, side there, points, yes, and my machinations.
Okay. Okay. I want to create like an ice spear and throw it at him and try to knock him off.
Ice yeet. Alright, roll me magic.
Yeetus deletus.
Yeetus deletus.
Sure, yes.
I'm going to spend a fate point on him for this. Still does shit. Alright, you yeet the ice spear at him. He already took that. So he's taken a 2 from that. This will be his 3rd for magic. Okay. You impale and get like into the backside and it's like, ah! No! Ah! And like he now has like an ice spear digging into his back and he's like, ah! You son of a bitch! Alright! Kid gloves are off!
What's the matter, nerd? Gotta chill down the spine?
Oh, hardy ha!
That was a good one.
My bones are gonna come apart and pick you clean! It's Mordecai, your turn next.
Okay. I'm going to take a second and switch to yellow magic.
Alright.
And from here, would it be possible for me to, leap on the desk and leap and try to, flying tackle him off of the beastie?
Give me an athletics roll and a magic roll, and then yes. Or fighting roll. Are you fighting him? Yeah, that's right. You're leaping on him.
Okay.
So give me a athletics and then a fighting roll.
Can I pop overclock prosthetics on that?
Yes, you can. Spend that fate point.
Okay, so that bumps that to 3.
Alright.
And then fighting.
Alright. Alright. I get to roll. Let's see if he can do this. I'm gonna spend a fate point for him. Fucking son. Nope! You leap on and then leap over to him and you tackle him off of his
trajectory, probably. Boink.
Yeah, boink boink. You're like, ah! Alright! You... Research project! Mordecai! You've become a thorn? Well, I have an ice pick in my back. It's my side. For too long! And it's only been 10 minutes! For 5 minutes, however long we've been fighting.
I'm gonna pull my my eye patch up so you can look right into my artificial eye and just say it's been much longer for me.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Well, you know, the nerd went from the Mountie to the Mounted.
I was about to say, unlike Mordecai, you can't really see that much.
Sorry?
I was gonna say, unlike, he's like, I see. I was like, well, like Mordecai.
And I can't really feasibly do anything else after that, so that's probably it for me.
Done deal, done deal. Doo-doo-doo-doo. It is now back top of the round. What?
Do I have him like pinned? Like, is he under me?
He is under you. He is a pinned. You took a pinned action, and he was like, "All right, done." You got him off of the bones and onto the ground.
All right.
It is now the warden's turn. Warden has been doing fuck all. Warden is going to look at Mordecai now. Mordecai, roll me will. Alright.
Standard.
Oh, baby!
Oh my god.
Oh, baby!
Well, shit, if we're all bored with fate points. I'll tap into Son of the Sands again and try to reroll that.
Alright.
I reckon that's better.
Is it better?
I'm down to 1.
Alright. Mordecai, you feel a very deep sapping motion from you now as well. As yellow energy envelops you and you get drained. You feel very weak. I'm glad I didn't target 2 people. That would have been... Then it wouldn't have done jack shit, but this was fine. Alright. Warden is going to try to move. Warden is able to move. Finally, the ice just kicking it off of him. And it's like, alright. I need to defend my lord. He's going to move over here to Deloco's aid. And at least get in place and nearby. That will be that turn. Gareth, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. See, I'm going to do another blast of Warplum at this stupid dork in the wall.
at the dork on the wall.
Just
Yeah.
evolved in nerd shaming.
The nerd shaming. We're like, yeah, alright, fine, come at me.
Oh no, not that one. The shadow.
Oh, the shadow. Alright, done.
You're Nord. He's a dork. Like, sorry. Yeah.
Roll me magic.
And with that though, I want to use Magic Fury. So.
Ooh, you're finally using it. Yes. All right, let's go.
So I'm gonna do level. Hold on.
All right. What are you doing, friend? What are you doing? I'm all ears.
Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna do Weblin on
The shadow.
the shadow, and I want to do and then Webless on Deloco, and maybe hit the warden because it says
Yes.
nearby. Okay.
Well, area effect spells always go under the category of like slight penalty. So no matter what, like you could hit them, but it'll be at a penalty that they can roll it with better chances against.
Yeah. Okay. So is that? Do you want 2 rolls?
Yep, 2 rolls. First one for the shadow, and then the second one for the loco. All right. Done and done. So Shadow's going to take another beating. Shadow, what are you at? Oh, all right. You're at your consequence. So Shadow's going to take a consequence. And then stay at the 3, so she'll take that consequence. You see the shadows, one of his, it looks like you wind sliced one of his hands off.
Oh, guess he's unarmed for a little bit.
As he lets out, like,
Unarmed.
like, it feels like a muffled yell of pain that is just resonance, and then a breath from him.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. That's for stabbing my foot.
And then DeLoco and the Warden. Doesn't affect DeLoco or the Warden, unfortunately. You try to hit them. Oh, Mordecai, roll me will.
Oh.
I realized you're adjacent.
Oh.
And it ends up hitting Mordecai.
Oh no.
As the blast tries to hit DeLoco, noticing that Mordecai got sapped of his strength, is like, alright, now who's the Ned? And then grabs Mordecai and uses him as a shield
Oh my god.
for the blast. No, you die! Mordecai, take
Kind
one.
of shrugs and is like, I can fix this. This is fine.
Mordecai, take 1 point of will.
Aye, Captain.
You'll be fine. Just give me a turn.
That's fine. That's the first I've been hit. It's by my own teammate. You don't need my own teammate to hit me.
Alright. And so, next up. Yeah, the it's Shadow. After Shadow, it is then Vrost. Then after Vrost, it is Delashi. So Shadow's going to go. Also going to go up towards here with all of his move. And hey Mordecai. Although he lost an arm, he still got one more good one. And he was looking at Delashi, or not Delashi, Gareth, but quelled it and was like, all right, you know what? We need to rethink our strategy. Let's regroup and fight. Is now at you.
I respect the hustle. That's fine.
And hustles over to take a stab at you, but you see a bit of energy mixed in.
Oh boy. Okay. What am I rolling?
Roll me fighting. Oh, you lucky SO, damn. Alright, so as he goes to stab at you,
For the sake of fairness, I did get debuffed. I'm not sure how much.
oh, that's right, you got debuffed. Thank you for being fair and reminding me. Alright, Mordecai. You get stabbed, and
Well, I would, but I'm burning on my last fate point.
Oh, you're burning your fate point? Alright.
I'm overclocking his prosthetics.
Are you adding a +2?
Yeah.
Alright. Damn. I retract my yay and nay and yay.
You got that extra fate point out of me. I'm down to 0. Mordecai giveth, Mordecai taketh away.
Damn.
You drained a resource.
I did. So he goes to stab, and you see that there was a faint silver lining of that stab as it was about to pierce and go to you, and then it gets retracted, and he goes back to look at Delashi and trying to assess the situation. That's his turn. It is now Vrost's turn. Vrost, roll me physique because you have a bone structure on top of you and it weighs quite a bit. Roll me above a 3. Or 3 or above. You are stuck under the bone structure. If you would like to shout angrily at the world, you can shout angrily at the world. Or you could spend a fate point if you would like to use something.
So, looking at my aspects here,
Yep.
let's see the different ones that I have.
Yes.
Trying to think of which one would allow some almost reckless but daredevil-like stunt to fling this thing, or at least lift it off of me, because it's still like trying to move, right? It's still like going forward.
Yeah, it's still like, like it's just hard pressed down on you.
I mean, I could spend a fate point on Daredevil to try to have Ross see if he can like buck himself up and try to almost angle the cart so it forces itself off of him and kind of like it goes over him into the bookcase behind him.
Okay. I will give you this. If you were spending the fate point to do that type of an action, I can flip the pin on its side. So you will pin it instead of it pinning you, but unfortunately you will not get an attack.
Is that thing still moving?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because essentially I just want to get this thing off of me and move onto the other side of the room.
You can pin it instead of it pinning you.
Yeah, I'll spend a fate point to flip the pin on it.
Alright, done. Spend the fate point, you flip the pin.
I have no witty one-liner for this one, folks.
There you go. Now you're on top of it. Alright. So, next up. How what?
Team top.
Team talk?
Team top.
Team top. God damn it. DeLoco! It's his turn now. Alright, boys. It seems we are in a bit of a pickle. Although... Hey, nerd! Other nerd! I know I'm only 3 feet, but you think you could ever fall for me?
Oh, don't you fucking dare. Don't you fucking drop me. Don't you drop me. I'm not dropping under your height.
He goes and slams the bookcase next to him, pulling something else in the room. I need you to roll me an athletics as the whole floor around you drops.
Weren't we safe in those spaces at the beginning?
You noticed that there was something funky about those spaces, and that's what Gareth was trying to be like her about.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if I want to switch it for my Scholar Observance and flip it for Notice.
That is your choice. Is that spend a fate point, or...?
Yeah, that's a stunt.
Okay, yeah. Because it is this whole sectional that drops. So you roll the 3. Are you spending anything else?
Could I
Unless I
possibly
pop
help?
hyper focus.
Are you popping hyper... Wait, what did you say, Delashi?
Could I possibly help?
It is your turn next. You have a choice. You can either spend a fate point or forfeit Delashi's next action.
So spend a fate point to help Gareth, or
Well, no, Gareth can either spend a fate point for himself, or you forfeit your next action to help Gareth now, because you are going next.
I can just pop hyper focus. It's fine. I've got plenty of fate points.
All right.
Okay.
It's fine. But I still want you to have the ability to at least take out some of these.
Pop hyper focus. So, move up to the stairwell right here. There we go. As the whole floor, with a loud slam, opens up and goes down, and Gareth barely able to jump right out of the way.
Huh. Looks like I still have the high ground.
Oh shit, I've seen this movie.
I see for now. But soon you will stoop to my level.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, your level's pretty lame.
As a free action, I'm gonna, like, take the back of my hand and just shove his face down into, like, his brittle glass.
It's a combat action, you can't.
Well, no, just for flavor. It's like, you have more pressing concerns.
Jeez.
Someone sounds a little short-fused.
Of course! I like my bombs explosive. Delasha, your turn.
Okay, so the shadow, it's looking like pretty...
It's looking pretty beat, and he like... It's like Captain America. You're at the end of freaking Civil War. I can keep going all day, but you know he's been disarmed, literally. There's one arm lost, and he's going with one hand, being like, alright, I can still fight. I'll get a prosthetic or whatever I need to after I'm going to kill something.
I'd like to cut off the other arm.
Are you rolling wild magic?
Yes, because I'm just going to shoot forward. I'm not, just doing it in like you get what I'm saying, I'm just shooting it in front of me.
Yeah, you're just like, you're taking your hands and whipping hand and kind of just trying to crack right there in front with the wild magic. Alright, spend the fate point.
Exactly.
Let's see what you get. Oh, Christ.
Do you think he'll just explode? I think that'd be cool.
11, alright. Ooh.
Little pieces of shadow everywhere.
Give me 11. 1, 2, 11. Oh. Alright. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh. 1, 2, fuck. 4, 5, yup. Ooh, I gotta roll a percentage die on this one. Alright. Roll me magic.
Okay.
Ooh. What is that? Okay.
I'm going...
Are you spending a fate point?
Yeah, I'd like to use Heart of Mystery.
Alright, Heart of Mystery, because you're rolling your goddamn wild spell here.
Yeah.
Are you re-rolling, or are you adding a +2? That's what I need to know.
The problem is, I don't trust my rolls. They're either really high or they're not.
Yep. Because if you add +2, that's only 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll.
All right. Re-roll. Well then, without Heart of Mystery, do you have anything else that you could spend fate points on? Because you've already used. That's your third fate point.
I
You have
can
2
use
left.
me Impulsive Never.
Fuck yeah. Alright. Are you re-rolling again?
I'm gonna re-roll again.
Alright.
Alright, let's see what happens.
Oh,
Yes!
yeah, damn. Fuck. Alright. Shit.
I just spent so many fate points on that.
You did, and it might be worth it.
I hope so.
Fuck. I gotta roll a D100. Yep. Oh, you lucky ass. Damn, why couldn't it be 2 points lower? Alright. So, Dalashi! Fuck. Your hands glow with silver energy. You see a silver hint and glow now about them. And the words are very confusing to you. But it seems like what would come out would be shards of ice are now daggers of silver. And these daggers come raining and cascading like 1,000 knives. And just start impaling this shadow the fucking shit out of.
Nice.
And the shadow just like literally can't even move and is trying to like do anything. Like the additional hit it gets off and it's just stuck there. And its body just goes limp. And it's stuck almost like a scarecrow just being impaled by everything.
Well, I think you got my point.
Oh, fuck.
That's how you end that.
Fuck. I was like really hyped because I thought she accidentally healed it, and then I realized
I was so afraid. I was so afraid.
I was like, yes, and then I re-looked at it and I'm like, oh no.
I'd also like to take a couple of steps back, if that is possible.
Okay, you can take it to. Where are you going? You have 5 squares of movement, but there's also a giant chasm to your left.
This way! I'm gonna help Ross now that the shadow's gone. Was that 5? 1, 2. Okay.
That's 3. Are you moving any further?
So, like, is this taking up that many squares, or is it just like in his little?
I don't know. What do you remember of the last time it exploded?
Oh,
that's right. Oh, fuck.
that's why I was moving. I'm sorry.
Did everyone else forget? I remembered.
That's why I was
I stayed in my corner.
I'm trying to. Okay.
Holes be damned.
Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna go here.
You're gonna go here. Okay.
Yeah, that's 5.
Done. Alright. It is now Mordecai's turn. Mordecai, what are you doing?
Run.
Hmm.
I would say if you can, see if you can like swat it away, but
Yeah, it's stuck. It is.
Yeah, it's like a kebab.
There's no moving that body now, even beforehand.
I'm gonna. So I've got the loco grappled, right? I'm in a position of advantage.
You had him grappled until you got hit by Gareth. That was the thing. Because remember, Gareth hit like that kind of area and wave in the 2 shots. And that's how like you kind of both tussled and he rolled better than you. And you were the one who took the blow.
Okay. So is he standing up, or are we still kind of scrabbled on the ground?
He's standing up. Like, you both are kind of, like, up. And the warden and what's left of the shadow is there. And you got Vrost kind of towering over behind you on top of the bony bits.
Fuck. Okay. I'm trying to figure how fucking mad I am at this guy right now.
Are you mad enough to get impaled?
Almost. You know what?
Then you might be as mad as the loco.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking mad. I'm trying to remember how much damage I would have taken last time.
Oh.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You saw how much damage last time.
It killed a lot of people.
And even from 2 squares away, it dealt a bit. Actually, no, that was 3 squares away. It dealt a bit to Dalashi.
Yes, it did.
That's why I was like, that's why I was like, how far away are you going?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be able to do this. I'm out of fate points. I'm gonna try to trip this fucker on just to get him prone.
Okay.
In the blast zone. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna get a hold of this fucker's arm. So I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Human
get to this
shield?
direct- So that was a fighting roll.
That was a fighting roll? Ooh.
Yeah.
It is at a -2, friend.
Okay.
Because remember, you still have the energy.
Yeah, that's right. So this is me trying to pin his arm.
You are not able to pin him. You are able to shove him if you want, but not able to, like, pin him. You can move him one direction.
I'm just gonna if I could shove him, I'm just gonna shove him into the bookcase, then try to stun him.
Okay. So you shove him back. And it's like, ah! I see! Well.
And I know I probably have super disadvantage for this. I'm gonna step here, and I'm gonna try to topple the bookcase on top of him.
Alright, roll.
What is that?
That'd be physique. Yeah, nope. You are not able. You try to throw the bookcase on top of him, but you just feel it even more so. Your muscles screaming as you're trying to get the grip and like even throw the bookcase down. Like your muscles just feel in such fatigue that you can't pull it away.
Well, in that case, how many total squares of movement do I have? I think I moved one.
You moved one. You have 4 more to go. What's the matter, Hercules? You're sacked.
That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd still probably be in blast zone.
If
I will play it safe. Actually, no, I'm pissed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, cutting off his escape.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I know what I'm doing.
All right.
I'm trying to play the character.
Yep. No, that's perfectly fine.
Damn. So I was really hoping I could like get his arm in a hold and drag like him and myself, so I'm in the safe zone and he's still on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about the debuff.
Yep. That is the end. Top of the round. Warden goes first. The Warden is going to move, knowing and seeing that it's there. I probably only need one more of these. There's also knowing what's about to go down. Goes over, and this might be actually the only effective frickin' shit he does, aside from the debuff to Mordecai. Alright. So, the Warden is going to move across and down and grab DeLoco. Because he's a short little shit. And they're both going to plunge into the pit.
Oh, okay.
And DeLoco is going to say and scream aloud and be like, well, it seems we are at an impasse here. I will see you all below. Till we meet again. And the two drop down, and that ends their turn. Vrost, you and Gareth have one turn now. Before
So,
this,
the Shadow's body's about to explode, right?
yes,
The hole is still open, right?
the hole is open. Yes,
I pushed the body in the hole.
The body is pinned, like
It's like melting into the
it
ground,
is
right?
melting into the ground and pinned by the ice daggers.
That's a really good fucking idea, though.
That would have been a good idea, but yes, Gareth.
I like Garrett's idea. So, Mark, this is what I'm thinking here, bud.
Yep.
With me controlling the pin, is it possible I can turn the carts so it goes down the hole after them? But
Oh.
when I let go, to kind of push myself back to get out of the blast zone?
It is not a machine, it's alive.
Alright, well, I'm literally turning and kicking at the hole using that force of the kick to push myself back out of the blast zone.
Oh, okay, yes, you can do that. Definitely. So you can kick off the skeletal figure and then try to push it towards the shadow?
Towards the hole.
Towards the hole.
Yes, because I want to like go after them, so like it's gonna like fall and land on top of them. Like, oh yeah, we're safe then, splat.
Roll me a physique. That's a no.
Because this is, I was going to say
Yeah.
because this is a Daredevil's like activity. I'd like to use a fate point to re-roll that.
You can use a fate point to reroll.
Okay,
Oh,
there we go.
that is much better.
Nice.
All right. Da 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 da. Come on, roll 20. Why are you being a pain in the ass for me? I believe in you. There we go. All right. So Vrost. All right. Delete you. I'll delete you. Vrost, you get up and you try to manhandle pole vault, or not pole vault, but like springboard off of this thing to push it towards the hole. It goes towards the hole and gets to about here. Because it is a bigger structure and it still has a body pinned towards the area. You get it over technically the body and it's resting on top right there. So this is going to have one implication. Gareth, are you doing anything? As a calm silence echoes through the halls.
I was hoping I could like come like about like here or so, and then like just use like
Get to
like
about
Webley or like a wind move to simply just just give it a nice little nudge over the edge.
there. A bit more of a nudge. All right. The bone structure falls. You roll me magic. Are you spending a fate point, friend?
I guess.
It's a big structure. You push it the rest of the way into the hole. And it starts barreling down.
I got a bone to pick with you, dork.
God, we are all fucking fun tonight.
We'll see! Oh, shit! Vrost, you moved, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
He springboarded off.
Yeah, he springboarded. Yeah, okay.
Like-
That's right. I keep forgetting. You're there. Alright. It is now time. Mordecai, are you ready?
Ooh.
If there's nothing I can do, there's nothing I can do. I didn't know he was gonna jump into the pit.
At least it is not a crit this time.
Do I roll anything in return?
You can roll me will.
Oh.
But it will still be at like... Ugh.
Hit me. I made my bed.
Alright, so... Thankfully, you didn't really get touched too much this fight. The spikes and everything... Yes?
Sure.
Could I use babysitter?
You used your turn to help out Rost's plan. That's why I asked what were you doing specifically.
That's okay.
No, if I could use another thing to do another thing.
Normally, and that's why I gave Delasha the option before rolling that turn, because if you were trying to assist another character, it either has to be at the top of the round or before it's your turn. And that was why. That's why I was like, alright, you and Rost had your actions, and that was what it was. So this time, unfortunately not. I do apologize. But don't worry, because here's what happens. The shadow again collapses, melts, and also takes a bit of those silver spikes with it and jets out in a very porcupine-like fashion that you saw before, as its body is mixed and mangled with blood and energy, as it just jets out in all directions, almost coming up to Vrost, like staring like point blank at his face, and a little bit towards Gareth as well, almost up on the platform there. It's about a foot or two maybe from Delashi, as spikes just pin and rush into Mordecai, and Mordecai is thoroughly thrusted and pinned up against the bookcase, taking 3 points. There's 3 points of will.
3 points of will?
Yes.
That puts me at 4.
Yep. You don't take a consequence, because that's your max there. But don't take anything else right now. That's the end of combat. But I would not suggest fighting anything right now. As you are now impaled and thrusted in that word's direction. You all see Mordecai just get porcupined, and in various locations of him, energy pools into him and then jets out, not even leaving those indentations or marks, but you see like color fade from his face and his body as he like slunches, and you can either choose to go down and be like, you're there. Actually, you see Mordecai like go down to his hands and then collapse onto his back, heavily breathing. And that is the end of combat.
So, quickly, Farron's gonna get up and, like, look down the hole. How deep is it?
It is very deep, friend. You do not see anything for a bit.
Kind of doing a quick glance through the room. I'm not seeing any sort of items that might be helpful of assisting our dear friend who got kablooied.
Roll me investigation.
Okay. That's the guy.
Oh shit. Alright. Here you go. Here you go. Remind me to give Ross the card for next session. So, Ross, you actually find a few vials of things. They're all unlabeled. And it looks like an assorted amount of purple potions. Some that look like, alright, hey, you have some type of animal symbol on you. You have... Is that a cross? Or is that like an X? Is it for healing or for death? Healing. Death. Healing death, healing death,
Pop in
healing
the cork.
death.
Can I get a whiff of it?
You get a whiff of it. Doesn't smell like anything. It's not bubbly. Just it's odorless. Yeah, and the rim of it doesn't taste bad. Yeah, you kind of dab your finger on it. I'm like, all right, a little bit. Is my tongue bleeding? Is my tongue burning? Is my tongue blue? No? Okay, I'm good.
So I look over at Garrett and I'm like, hey, you have any way of identifying this real quick?
Can I use Scholar's Observance?
Yeah, roll me lore. Oh, shit. Oh. Judging by the room and judging by the potions, it could be a potion of healing. Or it could be just a potion of like, status effect removal. Either way, it might be a win-win.
Doesn't look like it could harm him.
I shrug. Just, let Mordecai drink up.
You rush over to Mordecai's body, Delashi already over there, cradling him, being like, alright, hey, you good?
Am I conscious? What's my state of being right now?
You are barely conscious. You feel, like, heavily fatigued. Like, the yellow aura is, like, slowly fading away from you, but, like, your head feels like pressed in on itself. You know, like, when you go diving, how you just feel it cave in on you? Mm-hmm. It's that type of feeling.
So, I know that was stupid. I didn't expect him to go into the hole.
It's alright, Mordecai. Save your breath. It's okay.
I don't think any of us did, but drink up.
Do you take the strange liquid from Vrost?
I cock my an eyebrow at it and just shrug and just I can't.
Just to taunt, you see at the bottom from the position that you're in, underneath the DeLoco brand signature, evil with a smile.
Oh my god.
Once Mordecai takes the vial from Ross can get up, walk over to the hole, and just start firing, like,
just firing random.
Oh my god.
Oh, that might be a bad idea, friend.
So I can cave in that
The
tunnel.
prison's on the 5th floor!
Yeah, he's probably into the prison by now. We didn't tell him who we were after, right?
No, we didn't.
Nope, but there's a short fat fuck in the way.
So I need to know, Vrost, are you firing into the hole?
I downed his potion.
No, it would come to the point where, like, he'd aim down it, and then, like, Garrus would whip his head around, he'd feel that, like, that death stare, and be like, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Okay.
And just put the rifle on his back.
Alright.
So I take the potion.
Take the potion.
Do I feel any better or worse or same? That's nice.
Alright, and you feel better. You feel like 2 points better.
Oh.
You feel 2 points better. You're like, you take it and it kind of hits your chest super hard, and then it feels like your lungs are just able to breathe. And like you take it, it's like you got like a heavy dose of oxygen extra as you just like are filled with a bit of a green energy.
Ugh, that's not too better.
Can I cast chakras?
You can.
I may have jumped the gun on that one.
Hey, you with a bit of extra healing from Gareth, you get an extra point back.
Alright, so I'm just sitting at 1 mark out of 4. So we update that on here.
There you go, all better now.
Almost, but thank you. I appreciate it. Well,
You want to try to stand up?
In a moment. While I was in the back corner, I did notice that the bookcase does slide into the floor, and there is a passage behind it.
Oh, that's convenient.
And so we have that, the giant hole in the floor, and the most apparent way out on the other side. Oh, shit. I don't know how relevant this is, both in and out of character. I don't know if you were just spouting shit, Mark, when he was walking in, but he mentioned the Project Z, V, and Delta
Yes.
on the way in, and he did.
None of those seem familiar to you.
And none of us seem familiar to me, so to know if it's worth it, since he said some of his research was copied into here, if it's worth taking some of it or not, but.
You can roll an investigation to search for those 3 keywords.
Sure.
So if you want to spend some time about the room, is anyone else aiding in this search, or are you doing something differently?
No, I'm fucked.
Yep, and you got no more fate points, friend.
No.
Do I still have 1 fate point left?
You have 1 fate point left.
Okay, I'd like to assist. Would that help at all, since it's that negative, or
What's your investigation?
+1?
That's what mine is as well.
That's what his is, roll. Just roll your investigation, and if you do poorly, re-roll.
Okay!
Hey! Nice. All right. See. All right. Say them again. I know I said Delta, Z, and then
He said Z, V, and Delta in that order.
Z, V, and Delta. Okay.
And I'm sorry if I'm pulling at straws. I'm just like
No, you're perfectly fine. This is fine. You get 1. Which one are you getting? I will give yes. Pick one of those 3. You get one of them.
It was Z,
V, and Delta.
What were you trying to say, Josh? Thought I heard you say something.
I love the fact that you pick up on like the smallest details in conversation. It's things that like I myself I overlook because if Ross is the kind of character that, like pick up on those kind of things. But Mordecai, he catches those details and instantly focusing. I love the fact that you do that.
Aw. Well, this is also one of his big cardinal sins for him was, okay, like I ended up in Valua, but I kind of ended up joining my time there, and now I'm starting to see like the sins that I was ignoring. So when Valua is involved, I'm trying to hyper focus with Mord.
Also, thank you for the chat. Jesus Quagmire, thank you for. Sorry, since we're like, I'll get to the chat in just a second. But thank you everyone who tuned in and stuff. We're still rolling, but continue.
Delta.
Delta. So you're going with Delta.
Yes.
Ooh. All right. C was involved with that project. V was involved with. And then Delta be that. Okay, so.
Well, I actually had that prepared.
No,
I had something to split into there.
I did. Look, I bullshit some things, but like I know, especially with this group, if I state something, I best be prepared to be like, all right, here it is. Show me the receipts, motherfucker.
I'm not used to playing the smart one. Or a smart one, because we have a bunch of smarty pants in this.
Oh yeah, so it's fun. So Project Delta actually does pertain to your group. Project Delta that you find some research notes on. It is research notes in regarding to your prosthetics.
Oh, I chose well.
Yeah, you did choose well. You did choose really well. So the prosthetics are from, as some of the research notes state, is from 3 individuals. So it's from DeLoco, it's from Ilchemist, and it's from the other doctor who poses DeLoco, which is fuck, what was his name? It's been so long.
Well, we didn't get to that.
I know.
Can we call him the good doctor then? Just 'cause that's
for now, we'll call him the good Dr. DeLoco. So, and then the good Dr. DeLoco, all 3 were working on this project.
So Ilchemist was involved.
Yes, Ilchemist was involved. It seems that they had found old research technology that was able to bioengineer sort of some types of organic life. Like, you know how they have some certain stem cell research? Mm-hmm. Think of it the way lizards do, how they regrow things. They would have... The Sylvialites had this type of technology for not so much a homunculus, but like a kind of empty vessel body that they would then turn metallic and, for lack of a better word, roboticize it and turn it metal and turn it to have like gears and cogs and different like metal bits.
So they make biomatter and then it kind of converts itself into machinery?
Converts itself into cybernetics, to where they take a blueprint for it and insert that blueprint into the cybernetics. It was some old Sylvialite technology that they had to enhance some of their people. And it was... The research notes are a bit, like, scribbled. It's only sectionals. It's telling you a bit of the details. It feels like not all the notes are here, but a chunk of what you can piece together is here. Is that it turned these vessels into those like cybernetics.
Okay.
And that is what you gather from that.
Did I do good, Mordecai?
You did excellent.
Because they found, while they couldn't transfer any actual limbs from these organic bits that they were able to make, when they turned it and used these blueprints for cybernetics, or a type of what they call it, of what I'm relaying it to you is what you guys would know to it. They call it by something else. They call it just like metal mass. It was able to be used with the current like type of prosthetics that you see for like the Full Metal Alchemist style that we have right now, or the steampunk that are the old archaic versions that some people around the different lands use currently.
So that's interesting. Okay. I have a lot of thinking to do on this, both in and out of character.
Yep. Yep. I finally got to dump some more lore bits on you.
So, put that somewhere safe.
Stash that in the back pocket.
So how are we proceeding here? We need to go 1 level down. And on paper, we're primarily here for Ilchemist, but we are going to try to get as many of these people out as we can, right? Correct?
Yeah, we're gonna try to do what we can to rescue everybody that's within the prisons, try to free more of the helpful allies that we so have up top, and then from there try to kill as many more Bluins as we can.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, shit.
Take it slow, Mordecai.
Hmm?
Take it slow.
We don't have time for slow.
I mean, I know you like to go fast, but
Legs are working. Brain is secondary right now, so I will follow. Just as a general reminder, our ways out are the main entrance, not recommended. There is a garbage chute on the 4th floor, which is the floor we are on. And back on the floor up, there was a maintenance shaft, apparently, but that was on the more enemy-heavy side. So.
Well,
If I were to pause it
we
again,
definitely aren't going to go through the front. I wouldn't think.
jumping down the hole might just get us down there quicker, but we don't know how dangerous of a drop it is, and we don't know the way back up from there.
That's true.
So think on that. IRL bio break. Almost there.
Actually, I gotta go pee, so I'll be back.
Alright, if you round of bathroom breaks and then we'll finish this back up when we come back. Oh man, so now I'll address the chat while we take a quick 5. Hello everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Arcadian Campaign. I hope you guys have had fun seeing the shenanigans, seeing the crazies, as well as tackling again another Valuan shadow, and this time a general, a crazy general of the Valuan Armada. The crazy and insane Dr. DeLoco. God, I hate that man. And now it seems my esteemed players hate him now too.
Oh, listen, man. Ross already has a major bone to pick with Valua, and this is already in that territory. Like, as a player, I was debating internally on having him dive in the hole after them, and then just going like buck crazy with the shots, just trying to take him out.
Just feel like I'm gonna go down with you.
There's a little tidbit that I don't think anyone else may know, but there's a reason why Frost is actually wanted in Valua. So he had a tragic thing happen in his past, which, Mark, you've seen his playlist. It's kind of where like Clementine and the Real Folk Blues kind of come in. You know, there's a certain event around his past that really like pulled those kind of feels.
Yep.
So that's why he left and joined Bane's Isle.
Yeah, because if I believe correctly too, we also discussed within your backstory is that both your father and you, after doing your dealings, were betrayed by Valua as well, set up, and your father was put on the executioner's block.
No judge, no trial, no
Just
jury.
Flat execution.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Raito! Welcome to the stream. For those of you who are watching this, we have hired Raito to do some fantastic art, and I absolutely love it. And for those, Delashi and Mordecai are away right now, but when they get back, they'll probably say hi and thank you. Ginny is not here right now, Union, but thank you for tuning in, Union, as well. Our group, for those who just joined...
Hi, thank you. I was listening.
Our group just got done fighting Dr. DeLoco, who was able to make a mad dash away, diving into his own pit down into the prisoner's dungeon section of the Valuan mines. Our group barely, not barely, but like effectively going toe-to-toe with not only DeLoco, but his shadow enforcer and a Valuan general, or a Valuan warden. Welcome back. Feel free to scroll back in. It was a very wonderful and vicious fight to where Mordecai was seething with rage trying to go and finish off DeLoco, but had to be wary of the Shadow's final last whisper ability, which instead pooled his blood and then porcupined his essence outward. And
It hurt.
It hurt. It did a lot of damage.
Yeah, you all have seen a lot of happy-go-lucky board up until now, but there's been 2 points in this dungeon where no glove came off. Also, was Raito the one that did
Raito
guard that we saw the preview of?
Yeah, the one that you saw a preview of.
And Raito, I love your art. It was so cute.
Wait.
Yeah, he's watching the stream right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so cute. I love
Or
it.
they, him, she, they, him. I don't know which one to call you. I
Love
just call
the
you
artist.
Raito.
I love it.
Absolutely wonderful. Him. I like to address pronouns properly, or just go by names. But thank you for the fantastic art. There are no fun shenanigan times. I think we can. Oh wait, no, yes. Oh, you all missed it. They had me dying laughing.
I got a fate point back for making it work.
They got a point of inspiration or a fate point back for making me laugh so hard during this session. Because we had the Mad Dr. DeLoco was going off on a nerd rant to the fellow Gareth right over there and saying how they too will fall. And then Mordecai is fuck, I need to go watch it again. I need to clip it. I need to clip that.
I think Garrett said something along the lines of square up, and I'm like, yeah, square up, it was a little too much top.
Square up with the little 2 at the top, because DeLoco is like this 3 foot tall of like a gremlin who has like this fishbowl helmet.
I'm just picturing evil Olimar.
He's like a mixture of Mandark, but like short as Dexter with like a fishbowl around him. Like with the ha 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 laugh.
Oh my god.
But it was a very well done fight. Our crew was able to avoid getting gassed out and put into the prisons. So congratulations on that. Because I was fully ready to throw you guys into the prison cell, and you once again burrowed a hole into the goddamn mountainside.
Delashi strats be like.
You're welcome. I have fulfilled my role.
Because we're finishing up with the recap right now too. Earlier on in the session, as they were crowding around in a communications room, they boarded it up and were prepared to fight the siege and onslaught of like soldiers that were coming after them. And the guards were like, "Wait, we have them trapped. Barricade the door reverse style," and we're gassing the communications room, ready to throw them all in the prison, to which our wonderful Delashi, who has wild magic, rolled that wild magic and said, "No, we're not going to get gassed out here. Laser freaking lightning a hole into the floor and we'll go to the next floor."
Because fuck you, that's why.
Exactly. Fuck
I
you.
love Plan A and Plan B was on another fucking planet.
Plan A, Plan B, other realities.
It's like, is there any way I could salvage material from our gear and the computers to make a conical charge and break through the No? Okay. Can I make a drill? Alright, maybe.
I'm like, you can't make a charge to blow up the floor. You can make a drill, but that drill's probably not going to get you through the floor fast enough. Maybe if you're trying to escape the prison, yes.
But my plan was just like make something with like a rudimentary motor and just pump electricity into it. Just, ah!
Then we had Plan Delashi, which is not even Plan A through B. It's Plan W for Wild.
Yep.
And Wumbo.
And Wumbo.
And Wumbo.
But we'll start wrapping up. Well, unless you guys want to keep going, I can go one more floor. But this is up to you guys because I know we're at our time.
I should have another TP session of I should probably finish the frame matter.
So we are at our
I think
time.
this is a perfect spot. To
Exactly.
stop, considering that we just finished a major fight, we have like a little bit of secure room, so
You have a moment of
recap and then
reprieve.
Pick up next week.
Yes, exactly. So, thank you guys for joining us for the session for another Arcadian tabletop, Fate Core, whatever we want to call it. I keep wanting to say the Arcadian Crusade, but it's like, what crusade?
Why not?
Which crusade? But But anyway, thank you guys for joining. We had our wonderful players. Again, as I stated, go through the communications center into DeLoco's office room, fight not only DeLoco but also his guards. We're able to DeLoco, although he was able to escape, our group was able to attain valuable information going on towards the future and even learn a bit about Mordecai's prosthetics, his prosthetic leg limbs. And are now faced with the task of escape, freeing prisoners, and finding Ilchemist, the chemist. Thanks to our group. Thank you guys all for for participating in a wonderful session.
Before we go,
yes.
can I just meander my way over to the side?
Wow.
And, just gonna lean over and go, bitch.
Bitch in the hell.
Yeah, he called you a bitch.
Does that echo?
Bitch, bitch.
No, this pit is a piece of shit. But the acoustics are lovely. Oh, sorry, Pasuda. You're welcome.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mordecai.
I had to throw a cane quote in. Now I'm done.
All right. So that is our wonderful cast of players, characters, of the like. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Arcadian Crusade. Yeah, fuck it, I'm calling it that. Of our players, do you have any final notes for our viewers, or just general notes for yourself? Things that you like, things that you didn't like? I know freaking Gareth hates that shadow.
Oh, Shadow hurt.
You kill them and then they're not done. That's just a pain in the ass. When you kill something, it should be done.
Nope. It's...
How many times
Exactly.
I keep telling you this, old man?
Be glad he didn't silence you this time.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I kind
His ass.
of felt bad because I probably could have kept him tied up to fight a little bit, but no, laser eyes on DeLoco. This is always great, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. A big shout out to DM Mark. I cannot wait to try to play this in person at some point. I'm curious how we'll try to stream it, but
I can try to
cannot wait.
finagle something. Oh man. Anyone else?
Thanks, Mark. You're awesome.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being wonderful players. Hope who you were viewing, we'll try to post some clips. We'll go back in and see our funnest, best moments, and we'll make clips out of them, because there were some decent, solid ones in here. So everybody have a fantastic night. We'll see you next time, either next week or the week after. Till next time, bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Alexa even said bye. Jesus. And...